XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious.
No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile when it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks.
You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, terrific.
It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
Gotta love that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't breathe. Stop.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Mom! I'm not the Lord. I have to do this now.
Do this now. God. I can't get enough of that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America.
It's like AIDS.
And starting April 2nd, we're off the premium channel. We're going to be exposed. This virus will be exposed to the entire XM nation. And we couldn't be happier about that.
Thank goodness.
And don't forget, well, I guess if you're listening now, you figured it out. The show starts at 7 a.m. on the East Coast now. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Are there still confused people? Are they all confused about what time we're starting?
Where are you guys? You're lazy. I turned on at 6 and it was best of. You guys you shut up.
Technically, we're not lazy. Technically, we're doing more show.
Yes.
Because we're introing all the worst of bits. So that's all new material.
Right.
That's all little nuggets.
Oh, that's right.
Little nuggets of comedy that we throw at you before the best of clips.
Having fun laying that down.
And then eventually, I think what's going to happen, well, from time to time, you know how all of a sudden the show ends?
Yeah.
Well, we'll continue.
No.
And then we'll just slap that on the next morning.
There you go.
Or a week down the line, because we have to figure out how to get it into the master computer.
Master computer.
Everything has to be scheduled, like, I don't know, weeks in advance or something. I don't get that part of this whole satellite radio thing.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of blows.
Like, let's say there's just an amazing story. Like, Michael Jackson is found guilty, which would be amazing because he's not going to be found guilty.
Mm.
And the news breaks right at 5:55, and we're here prepping for the show. We can't push a button and go right on the air for some reason.
Which would be pretty cool if we could do that.
There's a whole master computer thing. It has to be scheduled in advance. I don't get that.
Not just turning the mics on and going anymore.
I really don't get that at all.
Yeah. Crap.
That's why right at the end of the show, sometimes we just get cut off. We can't go long.
Sometimes?
Because it messes up the master computer.
Yeah. Has there ever been a time we haven't just been cut off?
True. Have we ended one show smoothly yet?
No. I know, we're all pleased with ourselves when we actually get the last word we're trying to say out before it just cuts us off. Oh, look at that. We actually ended the show in kind of a normal fashion.
The best would be, and Anthony, have yourself a fine, fine day. And you go, you too, Ope. See you tomorrow, guys.
Right.
That's it.
Then it hits, but no.
Usually it's in the middle of a good story or a good phone call or what have you.
Yeah.
A replay question. Enough with the questions. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh, my God. Here's a question. I have to know.
You have to know what, Bill?
Bill, what?
Bill?
Hello?
Yes, what's your question?
Hey, you guys moved everything up an hour, and now I listen to the replay, and it cuts off an hour early.
What are you saying? Stop it. You're confusing me.
Look, and they're all pointing and yelling in the
I
other
don't know
booth.
what they're saying. It's like some pantomime going on in there.
Nathaniel's coming in.
Yes, Nathaniel. Look, Nathaniel's got a mouthful.
Look, you finally get airtime, and
he's
you've got a
eating.
mouthful of food. God, you have the worst timing.
I think he bought the bit.
What bit?
I don't know.
Oh, you bought the bit from yesterday, Bill. Bill.
No, yesterday. No, I listen in the middle of the night.
Right.
And you come on 1 o'clock Central, and you cut off at 4 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
We lose that last hour. Or we lose an hour somewhere.
Why? Because you start hearing worse stuff?
Worst stuff starts at 4 Central instead of 5 Central.
Why?
4 Central, 5.
You're a liar.
No, honest.
Why? What'd you hear in the 4 o'clock hour?
I don't know. I turned it off.
You turned it off?
Because
Why?
you heard best of start?
because the best stuff started.
Yeah, you jackass.
We were tricking everybody yesterday.
We fooled you.
And you bought it.
I guess I bought it.
Yes.
Another example showing that
I cannot-
Anthony and I do not have to do a smart radio program anymore.
Of course not.
We are going to dumb this thing down
We have to.
to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
We're not already? How did that? Come on.
God, there was a time I'm like, I want to be a clever talk show host
Oh, stop.
where you have
Stop.
to really think about the comedy and the entertainment and the discussion. Make you think.
Nope.
We threw that out the window years ago.
Why bother
Why bother?
when you're going to get that? You're winning the best of. No, we didn't. We fooled you with the worst acting I've ever heard. I listened to the replay. It was just awful. We are horrid. Yes, and Monster Rain, Jimmy? Well, that's an interesting story.
Hey,
We're the
anyone
worst.
else notice that Steve's starting to wear clothes with, I don't know, some kind of flame design
Got
on
a
him?
flame thing? Not too many flames, but enough to make me notice and bring it up. Yeah,
It was pretty bad, huh?
and he was bamboozled by that. Good.
Hey, why is Bin Laden's niece allowed to live in Manhattan?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a Post exclusive today in the New
Cover
York
story.
paper. I don't know, but like Osama bin Laden, he has so many family members.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, there's 20 children that all had 20 children that
Of course.
you know there are
as animals
people
are.
there are people within his family that have never met him,
Mhm.
but he's their uncle type of thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I guess they discovered that the niece is in Manhattan living amongst us.
Yeah, but you kind of got to think, Bin Laden's probably the real asshole of the family. I'd give him that distinction, And then there's probably the rest of them that are like, think of somebody maybe in your family or something that, imagine if he represented your entire family. And then you got to walk around with everybody thinking about this guy when you do what you do.
You just described me.
Really? You're
Yeah.
the asshole?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I never thought of that. I'm the asshole
Yeah.
representing my family.
But I didn't kill over 3,000 people.
Sex in a church, too.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't kill 3,000 people.
Pretty bad.
I think at this point the whole family should be exterminated.
Yeah?
This is a Hitler thing, man. You don't want you didn't want Hitler's kids walking around after what he did, right?
It was very nice to his dog.
Matter of fact, it was so bad that people that were named Adolf and Hitler changed their names.
Yeah, not a popular name.
Popular name. Find one person named Hitler.
He got a little choked up when he was talking to Albert Speer, though. A little choked up, Hitler.
But she's a stylish niece. She's in New York City in search of stardom, Anthony.
Oh, she wants to do television or something?
She's a pushy, spoiled brat, according to those who know her.
A pushy, spoiled brat.
And terror mastermind Osama bin Laden is reportedly estranged from his New York-based niece.
Of course he is. Stop it.
But I
she
think
looks pretty rich.
She looks pretty hot,
Some
too.
of that Saudi oil money?
Oh, of course. But why is she allowed to live here? Let's run her out of this town.
I guess if she's got her papers in order, she can stay. What are you going to do?
Yeah, because we're a bunch of pussies in this country.
Believe me, picture any of the any George W. Bush relatives over in Afghanistan during Al Qaeda's reign over there. I don't think they'd be treating them very nicely.
No.
I think you'd see a lopped off head.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to start treating people like that.
Well, that's the big story. She's wandering around trying to become famous, I guess.
Why, they didn't feel fit to put Jacko on the cover of the Post today?
Jacko's on the
Daily
Daily
News?
News.
So the Post decided no Jacko?
They're probably sicko of Jacko.
Sicko. I'm sicko of Jacko. And the Post with their... I'm waiting to see the headline, Jacko's dentist puts a wacko on his placo. Like they're putting O at the end of everything. Everything.
Yeah, we'll take your Michael Jackson headlines today, I guess, for a little while. We do
Jacko
that from time to time.
employee caught smoking cracko. Bunch of tools over there at the Post. They just got to throw the O at the end. They're Jacko crazy over there at the Post.
Well, what's the latest with the Michael Jackson case?
Oh, the kid that's accusing him.
Yeah.
Got up on the stand yesterday. Cross-examination.
Yeah.
The defense attorney gets up there and got the kid to admit that he had some counselor at school that he told Michael Jackson never laid a hand on.
Yeah,
never touched him.
Michael's gonna walk.
But you can say, just because the kid didn't tell this counselor that Michael Jackson touched him didn't mean that he didn't touch him. It might have been a lot of kids don't talk, They keep that secret. Keep our little secret.
Michael's gonna walk, and he's gonna become huger than he ever was.
No.
They don't have the DNA, bro.
I think they'll just...
You think they have the DNA?
No, I think he'll probably walk, but I don't think he's going to be huge again.
Without the DNA, I don't think they have a case.
You know what's really creepy about Michael Jackson? You see under his fingernails, he's still Negro under his nails.
Really? That's the one part.
The one spot where he's still a black man that he couldn't get the bleach is under his fingernails. So he's got these white hands with these dark brown under his fingernails. It is the creepiest looking thing. Imagine that hand just molesting you.
See, I thought that was nail polish because you're talking about the picture of him walking into court with his father, where his father's holding his hand.
But Daddy's got to hold his hand.
But that's not how you hold a son's hand. You see, like the father's disgusted.
You can tell.
You can tell by the body language. He's only holding like 2 of his fingers.
2 that he probably put in a bunghole somewhere.
That's the best he could do for his son, to show a little support, is hold 2 of his fingers very awkwardly.
Yeah.
And then you see Michael Jackson. Yeah, you're right. They're kind of black. I thought that was nail polish. You sure it's not nail polish?
No, because look, in this picture, you can see his thumb.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, close to the cuticle where it's a little darker. Like, take a look-see. Look at his thumb. He's got, like...
Oh, yeah.
It's like, underneath the nail, because it's still your skin under there, Yeah,
it's kind of like when you get... you hit your finger with a hammer and it gets a little purple underneath.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looked like he hit every finger with a hammer.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, thanks, Eric, for pointing stuff out as I'm trying to talk to Anthony.
He's got brown nail-os.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hi.
Jimmy's pissed off.
Is he pissed?
Yeah,
yes, he's pissed.
Because we got a situation.
Oh, the stupid Washington thing.
We got a situation. We got to go down to Washington. We got to do meetings in Washington before we get off the premium channel.
Or uselessness, yeah.
And then we found out late yesterday that we could have Ozzy in studio, Monday?
Imagine that.
And we're supposed to be in Washington on Monday.
Yep.
For what? Just doing what? Just fucking more nonsense, more of the same shit with nothing gets done? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for what? Stupid.
They should send people up here for us to meet with. It's a lot easier than sending the entire show down there. And then we can meet, have little meetings about what we need to meet about, which I still have no clue. But, then we can continue to do our show here.
Well, they want us to have a presence in Washington. So
why?
They want us to go down once a month.
We're a New York show.
And it wasn't even...
New York-based.
And it's been over a month already, so...
Yeah. So, I don't see the idea of going down to Washington. I really don't get it. I understand them saying we have to meet with people and stuff. That's fine. Send some people up here and meet with them. I don't like going down there. It takes us out of our element, I think. They have nice studios down there. We do a good show. We've had good shows when we've gone down there. But it's just a lot tougher. It's nicer to come in here, familiar surroundings, and do the show. And then as far as the meetings go, there was one meeting that was kind of worthwhile last time we went down there, out of all the meetings we sat in. The rest of them, just nothing. Just nothingness. And this isn't a jab at XM. They're doing things. I'm happy with the way they're running things. I just don't like sitting in their meetings. The meetings blow. They're corporate crap that I'm really not part of. It's not me. Yeah.
I don't even mind going to D.C. Actually, I actually enjoyed my time down there.
You do?
Yeah, but if it comes to a choice like this, to me, it's like you can't even. It's not even a thought.
Have Ozzy come in.
Why even? Yeah, it's like it's not like it's a guy that's always in New York. I mean, obviously I have my own personal reasons. I realize that, but for what's even more the same down there. Yeah, no, we're gonna do this, and we can do that the week after. It's like yes. I know we'll be on vacation
the week after.
Whatever.
We're gonna be gone for a couple weeks.
But what is there to discuss about premium? It's like they know what
they want us all on the same page before it's a big move. It's a big deal.
They say that, but it's
a big deal.
Waste. It's a waste.
And supposedly they're rolling out the marketing plan.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested.
I will not sit in a marketing meeting.
I won't either.
I will not sit in a marketing
meeting.
Did
our 10-second commercials run? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
If we don't know, and they actually ran, that's scary.
I don't think they did. No, we would have heard from somebody.
Maybe
someone would have seen them.
Well, no one calls us for marketing anymore. They gave up on us a long time ago. So, Gary Hahn hasn't talked to us in months, and he's supposedly in charge of marketing the program. The last I heard, they were doing these 10-second spots. We did the copy for it, but the guy hasn't called any of us or emailed any of us.
No.
I mean, quite frankly, he's useless. He's completely useless as far as this show goes. He proved that a long time ago. He proved that he doesn't really give a fuck about this show and how to market it.
Now you're going to hear it. Now you're going to hear it.
Why? It's not my job to call all these guys.
You're going to hear it, though.
It's up to him to call us.
Yeah.
It's up to him to call us and say, hey, guys, I got this idea. I got that, this idea. But nothing comes of it. And now he just stopped calling us.
Yeah.
Just stopped. I said it all along. I mean, we're just not that important. We're just not.
No, in the scheme of things, no.
We're the most important thing to us.
To us, we are.
But if you're a marketing guy or a bigwig down there, we're just one of the many things that goes on. That's it.
Yeah.
We have huge expectations. They don't have huge expectations for us.
Mm-hmm.
If we fall into something huge, then oh wow, great, awesome, thanks guys. But we're definitely not on the same page as far as that stuff goes. Yeah. We could be doing so much more, and we just for some reason don't. I don't really get that at all. There's so many little things you could do from a marketing standpoint that cost no money. Because a lot of these corporations will argue, well, it's a money issue. We don't have it in the budget.
Yeah.
Remember 2005 was supposed to be the year of O&A as far as marketing goes? You guys
I
be
remember
happy?
that.
Well, we're the first quarter is almost over.
Yeah.
And I haven't even talked to Gary Hahn once this year. I don't think.
We were down there once, I think. That was the one time. We were down there this year.
We talked to him for, 10 minutes of that meeting? And I didn't say a word because I knew it was a complete, joke.
Then I get that.
Supposedly they're going to run ads in tiny little local papers in some of the cities we were big in, and then these 10-second spots that I heard were going to run weeks ago.
The urinal ads will be good.
And if they weren't going to, if for some reason they were rescheduled, someone from marketing should have at least told us,
Let us know. Let us know what the situation is. If they're running, if they're going to run, they're not going to run. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I get that letter, that subscriber letter in the mail. Oh, my God, did that piss me off.
You guys aren't in it.
I forwarded a bunch of the emails. We got a lot of email from listeners that were pissed off about that, and I forwarded those right to Hugh Pinero.
Yeah.
I'm like, Hugh, just like you said, Anthony, we were on the same page. It's like a perfect opportunity to promote us to the entire XM Nation for free.
For free.
It wouldn't cost the company a dime.
Yeah, it's an expense that's already done. It's the letters that were going out to XM subscribers, to all the XM subscribers, describing, explaining to them the rate increase and the benefits of it, what you're going to get. And it said high voltage channel, which means nothing to anybody.
That just shows me whoever's in charge of that doesn't know what they're doing.
The words Opie and Anthony weren't mentioned on the letter once.
So that's my whole point. Why would we pass up having fucking Ozzy in studio for that? For anything, I wouldn't want to pass it up. But especially for that, it's stupid.
Well, you can't give up the fight.
I'm not going to give up the fight. I actually like the people in Washington.
You can't give up the fight.
I put it back 2 weeks.
You got to let these guys know, what kind of passion we have and what kind of expectations we have for this program. You can't give up that.
We're not going to let it go.
But whoever was responsible for that letter just shows their incompetence.
Not incompetence. That's a conscious effort.
Of course it is.
To keep us off of that letter.
Of course it is.
It is a conscious effort that was made.
You think?
Somebody said, Opie and Anthony, I don't want them on this letter.
Yep.
I will not put their names on this letter. I can't fucking stand them. I will put high voltage on there, and hopefully no one will ask. That is what happened there. There is some scumbag that wrote that letter up that is responsible for us not being on there because they do not like us, our show, or whatever. That isn't a mistake. You could put... It wasn't a mistake. He put Bob Edwards' name on there. Remember NASCAR, everything else he put on that letter. Opie and Anthony, no. We'll just put high voltage channel is available because it means nothing.
Conscious decision, you're right.
Conscious decision by some scumbag down there. And we got to go down there and sit in a meeting, probably look them right in the face. I don't know who it is. No one's told me. I wrote letters. Oh, we're going to get to the bottom of that and see who wrote that letter up. Yeah, sure you are. We'll never, ever know who wrote that fucking letter because it's more corporate bullshit.
Well, I wrote to Hugh, Eric, and Kevin, and not one of them came back with an answer.
Delete.
Once again.
That's what happens to the emails.
Once again, not an answer for that. So. Nope. And still no answer if they were going to change the high voltage channel to anything else.
I've been asking about that for months.
Yeah, but all we want to know is if it's not going to be changed, you tell us. We can live with that. We won't be happy, but we can live with that. You know, just give us answers to these tough questions.
Yep.
Are you embarrassed by... What the fuck, dude?
Good one, boss. The mic just smashed onto the console, made a pretty loud noise.
Hey, a minute.
Gonna spill your coffee again?
Oh, my God. Well, you took us out of that. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I'll tell you what we were talking about. How I hope Washington, if I have to go there next Monday and know that Ozzy could have been in studio, I will fucking bite somebody's face down there. I will be the worst travel companion anybody's ever. I can't do it. Hey, yeah, I can't do it. I can't look at people, especially when things have been going this way, and go, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Bark at the moon. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it.
Well,
I can't do it.
Why do we have to go for 2 days? Is that a reason? Is there a reason we're going for 2 days?
Yeah, for meetings and stuff. Because by the time we get out of the meetings, it's 4 or 5, and then you want to get on a train.
Oh.
What is there to discuss with the coming off the premium channel? We're not crazy. We know what we're doing. Do the radio show. All right, guys, we want you to do what you've been doing. Continue that. All right?
That's what meetings are all about.
Yeah.
Just reiterating things everybody knows.
And to let people know that you're off the premium channel, make some phone calls, call a few friends.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, how about that letter that you have going out? No good. No
we're
good.
Still tracing down who wrote that.
Yeah, get to the bottom of it.
It was a mistake made. Someone made a mistake and didn't include your,
Hey, Pete from Queens, what's up?
Morning, boys. Morning, Jimmy.
Hey, Pete.
Listen, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction has been going on for the past couple of days in New York City. Who did the booker get to come in and interview with you?
Don't talk about that. Oh, my God.
Me. Good question.
Well, yeah.
Don't talk about the booker. Stop.
Well, aren't we allowed to talk about the fact that we will not have any guests that have anything to do with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No.
And we have a professional booker that books people for
don't talk
for
about
shows.
That.
Why?
Because if you talk about it, then they're gonna pull out, but still charge money.
Yeah, but
it's in the contract. So if you do that, they're gonna still have to pay money, and we won't get any guests, as opposed to paying money and not getting any.
Well, she knows
guests.
how I feel at this point because we were supposed to get Vin Diesel on, which was
a star.
His star, big movie, even though I think that, well, the movie got horrible reviews, but all these bozos went and saw it anyway and made it like the #1 movie last weekend or something. Mm-hmm. And so he blows us off, so I asked Ben and everyone, get to the bottom of this. Why is Vin Diesel blowing us off? So she writes this email to everybody. I was CC'd on it and said, well, Vin Diesel was on his way to Teterboro Airport, and his cell phone went out. So he missed a couple of radio interviews, including yours. Mm-hmm. So I write back to her, and I forward it to everybody that gets email, basically. I wrote, do you honestly believe this excuse? Because it's the worst excuse I've ever heard for someone blowing off a radio show. I mean, we've been around long enough to know that's something you say because the guy just didn't feel like doing any other interviews. You know, he doesn't know who we are, but he was probably like, I did all the big interviews, the big TV shows, this and that. I just want to get back on my plane and go back to L.A. or wherever he was flying to. So, that's what the PR people are all about. So you tell them something. Yep. Well, his cell phone went out on the way to the airport. So I write her back, stop. I've been around long enough to know this is the worst excuse I've ever heard. So I just write, do you really believe, I hope you don't believe this or something like that. And she writes back, well, actually, I have a very good relationship with his PR person, so yes, I do believe this. So I write back, ugh, as in I'm done with you. I am so done with you. And today, once again, proving, because we won't get anybody from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions that happen right here in New York. Yeah. Can't get a hotel in New York City because all these famous people are taking up all the rooms.
Yep. They won't be here.
We won't have one guest. And it happened right here, literally less than a quarter mile from where we're broadcasting. Uh-huh. But the people in Washington don't think we have a problem with the booker.
And we got to go down there. Oh, my God.
Well, that's why we have to go down there, I guess, to work out some of these problems.
Nothing to be worked out.
No.
There's nothing to be worked out. It's just going to be face-to-face, more of the same nonsense. It's not going to be anything worked out. It's like, all right, yeah, let's do this. Let's cancel this. Let's fire this. Nope.
It's our phone conversations, but face to face.
And I'm not even dumping on Washington. I don't mind going down there. I had fun when I was down there. It was a cool hang. We all went out to dinner. It was like fun to do the shows there, and I liked the employees that came in. It was fine. That was fine.
Why don't you not show up and just say that lady booked your hotel room? That was pretty good.
That wasn't bad. We were going to call you and tell you we were on our way, but our cell phone was no good because we drove by Teterboro Airport. That's ridiculous. Exactly.
I couldn't believe that was her reason that she was going to give me.
Well, that's what they gave her. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, but then I challenged her on it. I'm like, you don't honestly believe this, do you? And at that point, I expect her to either call me or write me back and say, you know what, I don't really believe it, but he probably was tired, and unfortunately this stuff happens, as you know, because you've been doing this thing for many years. But for her to buy what this publicist said or this PR person said and feed it back to me, I'm like, come on, who do you think you're dealing with? The guy's cell phone went out just in time, just when he was supposed to call us. And how long was it out? Teterboro Airport? Yeah, that's not a big airport for people that are very important that need their cell phones. You don't think someone that bitched to the point that they made sure they had really good cell service in that area? It's all private businessmen flying in and out. You don't think that they're a priority with their cell service?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
All right. When we take a break, we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. Once again, we have absolutely no guests on the program today.
Yeah.
Rich Voss, we got ourselves. Mr. Skin, we got ourselves from MrSkin.com. Stephen Piercy's calling in. We got him, too, from Rat. He's just going to finish a silly Ozzy story that he started. And that's it. No guests once again on the Opie and Anthony program today.
Money well spent.
Money well spent. Bravo. Bravo.
Good job.
Good job.
Give it more time.
We're not talking bad about it. We're just telling it like it is.
Give it more time.
Did we have any guests yesterday?
No.
I was here. You were here. Ant was here.
No. There you go. All right.
Give her time.
Wonderful.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenday virus.
Hey, by the way, what happened with you and Gene Simmons?
Oh, that asshole.
Boy. All I know is I was getting phone calls all night long from you, Ben
laughing his ass off.
Really? That's surprising. Gene. That's what?
Gene blew off. What happened? Gene Simmons. We just had him on the show, a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I'm in a bathroom. All right, granted, that's a little bit creepy. I'm in a bathroom, and I see him, and he walks in the men's room at the Venetian. So he walks by, I go, hey, Gene, and he goes, hello, and of course he doesn't look. He just keeps going straight. Again, he's a rock star. I don't blame him. I wouldn't look at me either in the men's room. I decide to wait outside, say hello real quick, and his security notices me kind of lurking there with Steve. So Gene walks out, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm on the Opie and Anthony show. You just called in last week. And he's like, all right. And he just won't even look. He just walks right by.
Wow. And, Steve, were you there when he got blown off by Gene Simmons?
Yeah, we both did. We both got totally blown off in a really kind of... I forgot.
Yes, you did.
Oops. It was just... like Jimmy said, he's walking into the bathroom. I was the first one out. I said, oh, hey, Gene Simmons. He said, oh, hi, how you doing? And as Jimmy came out, we waited. We were going to talk to him. And it was just so goddamn dismissive and condescending. And we totally explained who we were, exactly who we were, mentioned the fact that he was on the show. We just wanted to talk to him. And his response was, that's nice for you. I have to go.
And he goes, and then he had to leave. And he goes, oh, Opie and Anthony, I might see those guys later. And I'm like, all right, can I just get a quick picture with you? He's like, no, I'm really running late. He goes, you can walk with me if you want. So I start walking with him to get the picture, and then Yoshi is just backing up and like trying to take. All he had to do was stop for 1 second, and he wouldn't stop or look at me. So fuck you, Gene.
Ooh. Oh, hey, relax.
Oh, that really annoyed me. He was
one of your heroes growing up.
He was one of my heroes growing up.
Jimmy Robinson.
Sorry, I wasn't hawking a Kiss keychain, motherfucker.
It wasn't just a setup to maybe coddle you a little later?
Oh, did he annoy me. Every bit of loyalty I had for him went out the window, and I wanted to spit on him. I was so aggravated. Wow. How many bad people bashed him, called in, trashing him, and like an asshole I defended him.
You did.
Time and time again. And he doesn't need me to defend him. He's a billionaire. It's not going to change. But it just really, really annoys me. Look, I'm not anywhere near that level of fame, but I've taken enough fan pictures to know that you can stop for 1 second.
A second.
Disinterested shithead.
Wow, it was
6'3" in your dark Undertaker suit. That stupid straight-ahead look on your face. We get it. You're a genius. We get it.
You have really turned.
I can't tell you. I am so tired. Yeah, but you know what? It was. Steve was right. I understood he was busy and he had to leave. Dude, I didn't expect a 40-minute photo shoot. But he knew that we were talking about being on the show and we're members of the show, and he could have just stopped for 1 second and taken that picture. He didn't give a shit.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't have anything to sell for you.
That's what it was. It wasn't advantageous to him to stop for a second. There was nothing in it for him to stop, Jimmy.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading. Opie and Anthony, XM202.
Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Now, wake up, are you alive? Will you listen to me? I'm gonna talk about the freakies. Now, someone is gonna die. Will you listen to me? The living die, the living die. Hey, wake up, are you alive? Will you listen to me? I'm gonna talk about the freakies. Now, someone is gonna die. Will you listen to me? The living die, the living die. Hey, are you breathing?
All right, we got lots going on. Rich Voss in studio for a little while. On the phones, remember Boathead guy, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
He's a virgin. We've been trying to get him laid. Not doing a good job with it, I guess.
He was like a little teen kid, 15, something like that. He's on a boat, his neighbor's boat, and they're out there having a good old time. All of a sudden, another boat comes along and hits the boat, and the bow of the boat hit him in the back of the head. Oh. Nailed him right in the head. Really screwed him up pretty bad. And
put
now
me in a coma for 3 months.
They put you in a coma for 3 months.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Jim?
How are you, Aunt? How are you, Opie?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, good.
No, not much. I
good,
was
not
down
much,
at the
he says,
Super
like we
Bowl.
asked him. Huh?
The Eagles went to the Super Bowl, and I went.
You went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, I did.
How'd you get that?
I was really lucky. In fact, they hooked me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a new friend for you. Hold on the line for a second. Wheelchair Fred.
Yeah.
Meet Jim, Boathead guy.
Jim, how did you come for 3 months also?
You were in a coma for 3 months too, Fred?
Yeah.
Hey, you got something in common.
There we go, we do.
But I did go to the Super Bowl.
But you didn't go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I watched on TV like a moron.
You what?
I watched it on TV like a moron.
Oh, you watched it on TV like a moron.
Hey, why are the phones fucked up?
I don't know, but I can barely hear you.
God damn it!
Well, we know that. We know you can barely hear us.
I hear you just fine. I don't know what the deal is.
Only Fred can hear us fine. It's something
Yeah,
about the plug of his head.
finally.
It's doing that Star Trek thing again.
Yeah, it is doing the Star Trek sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can call back later because I can't even hear you guys.
You can't hear us?
No.
But he answered.
What weren't you able to hear, sir? What couldn't you hear?
What? You guys are just fading way out. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you call there, Jim?
Oh, just to let you know that I still haven't been laid, but I met this girl down in Jacksonville when I was down there because we stayed at St. Augustine.
Yeah?
And she gave me her email address, and I've been writing her, and she won't write me back, and I don't know why.
Oh, Jesus. You write to her, she won't write you back.
Exactly.
Jim, she was just being nice.
Yeah. Was she cute?
I didn't want the guy
she was
hoping.
Okay. She did something for like the ESPN Goth. She like puts the statistics down on the corner like of the guys who when they're on TV.
Right, she's the one that types that in or something?
Yeah, something like that. And she was really nice, but she just she gave me her email and she even gave me a kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't your brother Gilbert introduce you to anybody?
So, Jim, how'd you guys meet though?
I was at this bar, O.C. White.
Yeah, and she was.
And it was like right next to our hotel, and that's. And I was eating dinner there, and they came in. Like she came in with like 2 other guys who she worked with.
Yeah, and then how did you actually start talking?
They came up and they sat beside me, and she sat right beside me, and we just started talking, and then I explained to her. She like looked at me the first time, and she thought I was hammered.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not drunk. I was in a boating accident.
Yeah, that's the problem he has. Wherever he goes, people think he's completely hammered, but he's so fucked up from the boating accident.
Boat to the head.
So what happened? So far, the story sounds like a Harry Chapin song. What happened? You walked into the diner. There she was.
Well, then we started. Then we started drinking. Like, well, I was drinking Miller Lite, and she. And then I introduced her to a carrot cake. It's a shot.
Oh, okay, a shot.
And
so you two were doing shots together.
And then then it was like 2:00 in the morning, and we went back to her. But she walked me back to our hotel because she was staying in the same hotel.
Oh.
Right, but she walked me up, and then she walked me up to my room upstairs, and she was downstairs, and she gave me a kiss.
Did you invite?
She gave me a kiss.
Hey, Jim.
We played with her boobies.
What?
Wait, you played with her boobies?
Yes.
Wait.
But I tried to write her back, and I emailed her, and now she won't email me.
Wait, hold on.
I'm confused.
You played with her boobies as she kissed you goodnight?
Yes.
Man, she probably...
And I'm telling you, I could have scored with her, but my parents were in my room, so I couldn't.
Oh, my God.
I know.
You had a drunk chick, and your parents were in your room, so you couldn't bring her up.
I got this whole thing figured out, man.
Wow.
They're drinking. She looks over and goes, oh, my God, that guy is hammered, and maybe you're cute, who knows? So you guys start fooling around, and all of a sudden she probably was making out with you, and she took her hand and put it in the back of your head, and she felt that huge, massive head wound scar and went, oh, fuck, he's not drunk. He's been in a boating accident. So then she was horrified, but at that point I'm thinking you got a little booby out of it.
Yeah, she let me feel her up underneath her shirt even.
Under the shirt? Right there in front of your door?
Well, right. See, we were on the M unit, and we walked up the stairs.
Yeah.
And at the top of the stairs.
Right at the top of the stairs, you felt her up a little bit.
It was like 2:00 in the morning there, too, and nobody was around.
So she's all drunk. You had the perfect opportunity to invite her into a room, but your parents were there.
Yeah, I know.
That's when you go and kick Mom and Dad out. Mom and Dad have to understand at that point.
But he's walking her up the steps. This sounds like a borderline assault as she was trying to get into her room. I just grabbed her tits, and she fumbled with the keys and said, email me, and she closed the door.
Did she know that you were in a boating accident?
Yes.
Oh, you said that when you were drinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, why didn't you suggest maybe that you went to her room?
Because she was staying with those 2 guys from her work. Because
they're just banging the hell out. She's all worked up, and you sent her into a room with 2 guys?
Well,
yeah. Orgy.
It was an orgy,
right, Fred?
Yeah, Fred knows, man. You got her all worked up, and you went to sleep with your parents, and she was put on the rotisserie.
Right on that rotisserie.
As soon as she closed that door.
She won't email me back.
What?
I want to know why she won't email me.
Because she forgot about you the second one of those guys tagged her when she walked in that door.
Because she was mortified, bro.
She said she's the only girl at work, and there was like 40 guys. And she dated a few of them, and it didn't work out. So now she won't date anybody at work, she said. That's what she told me.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, you got some booby out of it.
Hey, there you go.
No, but, man, I wanted to score.
Did you have to jack off real slow and low with your parents in the room?
No, I didn't jack off.
All worked up, feeling boobies and stuff, and then he gets in the room and has to jack it with his parents in the room.
Yeah.
Do the real slow jack.
Yeah.
And you still make the the mattress move.
The mattress move a little, and then you realize it's moving. You go, uh-oh.
It's amazing that just that little movement will make the mattress move and even squeak a little bit.
Where were you sleeping, and where were your parents sleeping?
In double beds. They were in two beds. They
were in the bed next to you, and then the double bed is like they're pretty close together.
Right.
Yeah, so you couldn't really jack it with them right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I
that's
dreamed
embarrassing.
about
Huh?
I dreamed about her.
Yeah. Oh, you had dreams about her.
Yeah.
Your parents are probably laying there listening to you moaning in your sleep.
Maybe. I don't know.
What dream?
It was hey, Jim, you're on with Wheelchair Fred. Wheelchair Fred is so desperate that he kind of takes it up the poop chute from other guys now.
Oh, boy.
Would you ever go down that road, Jim?
I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. On your phone.
Yeah. And now his phone is like
that's his
doing
phone.
a really weird thing.
Is it your phone? What kind of phone you have, Jim?
I'm on a cellular.
Yeah, I think.
Are you running out of battery or something?
No, my battery's fine.
Are you by Teterboro?
This morning.
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel's phone.
Well, we'd like to continue this further, but it looks like your phone's not going to survive it.
Now I can hear you.
All right. Well, yeah, Wheelchair Fred, he sticks dildos up his ass, and every once in a while he brings a guy home to his house to bang him. He got that desperate.
No, I'm not into that.
Because it's not gay. He's not gay. He's just so desperate for human companionship and sexual contact that he figured guys are hornier, so it would be easier for him to get a little action with a guy.
Well...
No? Nothing like that,
I'm not that horny, I guess, yet.
You're not that desperate yet, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I still have hope.
You still have hope. All right. You're not going to crawl into the bathtub for us today, live on the show, right?
Oh.
No.
All right. Good.
Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
How long were you in the bathroom after we hung up on you?
10 minutes or so.
Would you have to finish yourself off?
No, I took a healthy shit.
He took a healthy shit.
Oh, God. Yeah, the end of it was a little compacted.
Hey, Wheelchair Fred.
Yes, you
We got a girl for you. Marion.
Hi, Opie. Hi, Anthony. No, you don't have a girl. He doesn't have a girl. These guys don't have a girl from me.
All right, Wheelchair Fred. She sounds sexy, huh?
Jim, how you doing?
Oh, well,
hey, guys.
Yeah.
I got a phone call yesterday that you want to invite me and Diane to Hard Rock Cafe. We can't. We have to work. She's working.
Lady Di's working?
She got a part-time job.
Where?
Part-time, where?
Saying where. It's not too far from my house.
What kind of job?
She's working.
What kind of job?
She's a cashier counter person.
A cashier counter person. How are ya?
She started working last week.
At a diner, obviously, so that's good.
No,
it's
it's
not
like
a diner.
It's a bodega.
No.
It's a convenience store.
It's in walking distance from her house. She's doing really good.
A deli.
A gas station
You
mini
don't
mart.
work in a gas station.
No. Like a 7-Eleven.
No.
No.
All right, Marion, talk to Fred for us.
Why?
Because he's on the line with you.
Talk to him. Why do I want to talk to this guy for? I don't even know him.
Get him worked up.
Yeah, get Wheelchair Fred worked up.
Talk sexy.
Talk sexy. Do a little phone sex.
Hey, have fun Thursday.
Light my fire.
Patrick's Day, but...
All right.
Oh, thank God they won't be able to make it.
That's Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe. We're broadcasting live. It's going to be a very, very good time.
Thank God
we got
they
a couple,
won't be there.
We got a couple MiFis to give away.
The Malleys.
Oh, Fred, that's why he called. He wants to plug where he's going to be.
Oh, Fred's doing an appearance?
Where are you doing an appearance, Fred?
Desmond O'Malley's.
Desmond O'Malley's in Framingham?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully I'll get you there.
All right, and what time are you going to be there?
9:30, roughly.
Is that on Route 9, Fred?
Yeah, that was on the border of Natick.
In Natick, yeah.
On the border of Natick, on
Natick
Route
and
9.
Framingham.
Okay.
I used to go to Desmond's.
30 Winter Road.
Now, Fred, what are people going to get if they come see you at this place?
Hepatitis.
What'd you say?
What are people going to get if they come out to see you? Like, we're giving our listeners a live broadcast from the Hard Rock Cafe. We might do the Cool Hand Luke Challenge. or a milk drinking contest.
Yeah, what's going on at your appearance?
We're going to introduce all the new characters to our listeners this Thursday. I think Ray's going to be there. Pat from Menake's going to be there. Club Soda Kenny's going to do a little comedy set for everybody.
Oh, great.
They'll get me, but only the girls.
Well, no, but guys are going to show up. What are you going to give the guys?
I'm not good for guys, so don't show up.
But if they're fans of yours, you're going to have to give them something. We're not talking about sex here. We're just talking about, if they come down, what are they going to get?
Yeah, Fred, it's part of the gig. Ant and I are going to be broadcasting live, like I said, Hard Rock Cafe, Thursday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I got nothing to give.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I mean, we know we're walking into a sausage factory, but it's something we have to do.
Right.
Yeah, poor baby.
So you give them entertainment.
I don't know. I'll be a nice guy.
Oh, he'll be a nice guy. That's what you're going to get.
That's it? Are you going to buy anyone beers?
I don't drink anymore.
You don't drink anymore. All right.
I'm good boy now.
Very good.
He used to get real drunk and belligerent, man. Remember how nasty Fred would get?
I don't need booze. I'm naturally stoned.
The best is he used to take his wheelchair and leave some of these bars on Route 9.
Oh, yeah.
And Route 9's a pretty busy, highway. It's like it's a 2-lane highway with a lot of, traffic lights, okay?
Yeah.
But you could get some speed going in between the lights. And Wheelchair Fred would be on the shoulder of the road, wheeling himself home completely hammered.
All hammered, weaving into the lanes of traffic in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Hey, sure.
Jim.
Yo.
Anything else? We're going to let you go, I guess.
I want, Opie, can you email her? Can I give you her email? Can you email her for me?
That's a good idea. You can find out what happened.
Yeah, I can find out what happened, I guess.
Should I give it to you now over the air? Or?
No, off the air.
Okay.
Dude, Jim.
Yeah.
You got to understand it wouldn't be a good idea to give the email on the air, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, perhaps a couple of listeners might email her.
A couple? How about hundreds of horn dogs knowing that this girl is easy if you don't have a head wound from a boat?
Little couple of beers, a couple of those carrot cake shots.
She was ready to fuck you until she felt barnacles.
God damn it.
I know. It just sucks, doesn't it, Jim?
It does suck.
But I don't know. You're turning your life around a little bit. You got a little booby action.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Did you tell her what you do for a living?
Yeah, I told her that I'm a recycling engineer and everything, so and she liked it.
Recycling engineer? I thought you worked at a supermarket.
No.
Wait, recycling engineer? You work at a sewer plant?
Defense company.
A what?
An aerospace defense company.
An aerospace defense company?
Yes.
And you recycle what?
Recycle paper.
Oh, okay.
Condoms.
What, Fred?
Condoms.
He recycles condoms. Fred's taking a little jab at him.
Fred.
Yeah.
Fred, we like Jim. Don't mess with Jim.
Jim's a nice guy.
Jim gets a lot more airtime than you, Fred.
Yeah, I realize one thing.
And he doesn't have to...
He is very cruel to people like Jim.
And he doesn't have to stick dildos up his ass to get airtime on our show.
You better watch it there, Fred. He'll come up to Boston and fuck you in the ass.
No way.
You don't have any defense against that, do you?
No way. He don't want to. I don't think I want to even now.
I don't think, he says. Yeah.
Jim took a boat to his head, and he knows he's not gay.
Oh, that's right. It was Mike the pussy from Buffalo that worked in the supermarket.
Oh, okay.
I was confused.
All right, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. We got a show to do here.
All right.
I have fun
talking to you.
All right. Hold on the line, Jim. We're going to get that email, and we'll have...
Good luck.
We'll have one of the guys email her and see what the deal is, okay?
All right.
We'll get her side of the story. That's what we'll do.
That's a good idea.
We'll have Ben email her immediately.
You can get her side of the story, and then you got to call me back and let me know if I told it correctly.
All right. We got your number?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Hold on the line, okay? Danny will take care of you in the other room
Take
there.
care.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Not a problem, guy.
It's been a while. There he goes, Boathead Guy. Wheelchair Fred, anything else?
No, I'll be dead, but I told you that.
Desmond O'Malley's Route 9 Framingham native
And I'll
border.
be looking for a girl.
And you're still looking for a girl.
You're all for the girl.
Sounds like Tom Waits.
That's all for the booty.
Tom Waits completely hammered
He
on
needs
heroin or
some pussy,
something.
He's saying. Yeah.
Well, Fred, you gave out your email. No ladies have emailed you yet?
Not yet. They all hate me, I guess.
They all hate you? They might be a little bit horrified.
Yeah, they probably don't get it.
Knowing that
Oh, wow. Life sucks.
See, if I was you, I wouldn't have stuck a dildo up my ass in front of a national audience.
Right.
That might have messed you up as far as the ladies go.
I've got no glass. I've got no scruples.
What?
No scruples.
I've got no scruples.
Well, at least you're being honest, so you need a girl that realizes you have no scruples. God, where are you going to find one of them?
I don't know where.
There's got to be some whore out there that'll do something
But
to Fred.
I've got a sharp bunch of shoes.
Hey, Fred, we need a recent picture of you, by the way. We'll put it on the website.
I don't know how to work the computer yet.
You don't know how to work the computer yet?
I'll try such a guy named Buckshot to me.
Well, your emails are pretty good. Ben gives me...
Look under the Phoenix newspaper.
The Phoenix?
The Worcester Phoenix.
The Worcester Phoenix? Your picture's in there?
Yeah, under article, what says Fred?
Oh, man, they did an article on him like years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that when Fred was bashing everybody over at AAF?
Yeah. Yeah, because they owed him money and stuff.
Yeah. Fred was trying to get paid from AAF and for his appearances.
Well, he did a lot for the radio station. We brought Wheelchair Fred into the station. He did a lot for us. Then we left, and then he started doing a lot for everybody else. And but no one would pay him.
No one took care of him.
No one took care of him at all. So, all right, Fred, we gotta let you go for now.
All for the money.
You want money?
All for the money.
All for the money. Yeah, I think he's trying to get paid now, too. He wants to get paid from us.
Fred, you want money from us?
Eventually.
Eventually? Well, you gotta give us better radio.
He sat in a bathtub and shoved a dildo in his ass. What more do you want from this guy?
Fred, you get a guy to bang you live on the show, we'll give you money.
Can I make some money?
Oh, God damn, that's awful.
How much money is that worth, you guys?
I'm in for 100.
I'm in for 2.
That'd be funny.
Fred, we got $300 already. You get a guy to bang you live on the show, $300 cash so far.
But guys bring me live.
Huh?
For what? The guys bring me live.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I thought you said you had no scruples.
I don't have no morals, but I got a little class.
He's got a little class.
All right.
How much would it take, Fred? $500?
Yeah, I think so.
So you have a little class if it's $300, but no class if it's $500?
You guys.
See, those are my theory. Everyone has their
price?
Everyone has their price. All right, Fred. We'll think about it.
Okay.
You want
Tell Ben to give me the check and to give me a bow.
Tell Ben to blah, 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 blah.
I didn't get that at all.
All right, Fred, why don't you give out your email address so people can get a hold of you?
My email is wheelchairderf @AOL.com.
What? Is it wheelchair derf?
Yeah.
I thought it was Wheeler derf.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Wheeler.
Wheeler derf, you dope.
Yeah,
You don't know your own email address.
You screwed up. So it's Wheeler Derf, DERF @AOL.com.
Yeah.
All right, Fred. We're in search of a woman for you. We're in search of a woman for Jim, boathead guy.
Yep.
So there you have it.
We're trying to hook people up here.
Thanks,
And
Fred.
maybe you guys hook me up with some swingers.
Some swingers?
You know those people that just want sex.
You want to hang out with swingers, people that just want to have sex?
Yeah.
Would you like to do a husband-wife combo?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow, Jesus, Fred.
They don't want to make sure, they just want to get banged.
I didn't get that either.
He just wants to get banged by couples. You know, those swingers that just go nuts.
Ugh.
All right, Fred, we'll, I don't know. Well, we'll see if anyone calls for you, okay?
All right, thanks, kids.
All right.
Later.
Bye. There he goes, wheelchair Fred.
There it is.
What's wrong, boss?
Well, if he's in a wheelchair and he gets banged in the ass, how does he feel it?
He's not paralyzed.
Oh, no?
No. He had a motorcycle accident years ago, and it bashed his legs up. And he didn't have any insurance, so he went to some doctor that just kind of patched them together, and he can't walk now. His legs are so screwed up.
I'm convinced.
He's not paralyzed.
I'm convinced that if he had the right health insurance and the right doctor,
he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Be in a wheelchair.
He'd be like, "Hey,"
but now he's so messed up, and his muscles haven't, been used in so many years.
His throat's all screwed up.
Yeah,
took a hit
his legs are like
larynx.
a pretzel, kind of. They're just like, I don't know. I think he would have been able to walk, though. At least use something more than a wheelchair. But there you have it. We'll continue in a bit.
From O&A Pictures comes a true story of one man's pain.
It does hurt.
And a family torn apart.
And it makes you feel really funny right after it happens.
The War of the Kumias.
I had the yelling parents, too, growing up until they got divorced, and it was just, And then you'd see, like, the old man and take the plate full of spaghetti and throw it, and it would hit, like, the wall next to the phone. And you're sitting there horrified watching the spaghetti slowly go down the wall.
Get the fuck out of the fuck you.
The horrified kids.
Did Dad actually leave after the fights?
Yeah, a lot of times, sure. And then, you'd be able to go to sleep, because the yelling would stop. First, Mom would have to wind down a little.
Fucking asshole.
Even after Dad left, she's still going.
Beat that shit like I need a fucking hole in the
I'm
head.
trying to sleep. He's gone.
Son of a bitch.
Shut up.
I'm getting here.
Shut up.
No way. Is that...
Oh, God, he's been gone a half hour.
When would he come back? The next day?
Yeah, like the next day. They'd be sitting down watching, like, Ronan Martin's laughing. Everything was fine. And then out of nowhere, you'd hear the rumbling. You'd be in bed, you'd hear, like... And then you hear from the kids' room. Can't you two just shut the fuck up for, like, one night? And then we were pretty young, so, we got, called into the room, and Mom sits down and goes, "Me and your father, I want you to know, and I want you to know it has nothing to do with you. We're divorced." Oh, okay. Could I go out and play now? How's this going to change my life? Does this mean I don't have to listen to... Oh, it does? Okay. So it's a good thing. Great. Well, thank you for staying together for so long and really, like, torturing us. You couldn't have pulled this one, like, 5 years ago?
That fucking asshole.
When maybe we couldn't remember as much and didn't have to listen to the yelling and screaming?
No way. Is that...
Here's an idea, Pop. There you go. Right back into the Huntington boat ramp. Give that a whirl.
The War of the Kumias.
You gotta figure you're gonna just sit there disgusted having to listen to this crap.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
And we're back with the O&A virus spreading across America on high voltage 202, coming off the premium, April 2nd. Jim is just in a foul mood. You all right, Jimmy? Jimmy's just very annoyed today. Very annoyed.
I can't see missing Ozzy Osbourne to go down and hear more. And it's not even a reflection on people in D.C. It's not that I don't like them. I do like them. But I just can't see that trade-off as one being better for the radio show than the other. I can't see that.
Right. I agree. I agree with Jimmy.
Ooh. You got tickets for Ozzy at a concert?
No. He's just to get him in the studio.
Yeah, he'd be coming in. Imagine sitting down. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Jimmy.
Even if it's just for a half hour to establish that. I mean, obviously I'm an Ozzy freak, but even if it's somebody else with that magnitude that I wasn't a fan of, I'd still want to do it. If it was Bono, who I don't listen to, I'd still want to do it, obviously, because he's a...
Even if it was Bono,
I'm
you're
saying
trying
a
to,
guy
compare Ozzy to Bono.
In a way, yeah. Sure, why
Bono
not?
is so much more famous than Ozzy.
He is.
So much.
He is, but you
Whether
know what?
you like him or hate him,
No.
Bono's on a whole different...
He absolutely is. So what?
Into
What's
a
that
whole
mean?
different thing.
So is Elton John. Would I rather hang with him or Ozzy? Big deal. So is Queen Elizabeth.
Bono's way bigger than Elton John these days, too.
Sure he is. Of course he is. Most commercial things become very popular. That's the way it works. It's fine. It is what it is.
Have you ever met Ozzy?
Yes.
You have pictures with him, right?
One picture.
One picture.
One photo.
Is it a good shot or was it blurry?
Not a bad shot. No,
It's
no.
a good
Florentine.
one?
I was so starstruck I couldn't talk.
This all comes
like, get a picture. I'm, like,
I'm very suspicious here. This all comes down to the fact that you're not going to get a picture with Ozzy.
No, it's more than that, man.
And
I
you're
love
sacrificing everything else just because you're pissed off that you're not going to get a shot
Everything.
with Ozzy.
Like it's something good to sacrifice?
Yeah, like
what? This is something that's useless.
We still have to go down there and fight the good fight, boys and girls.
We've missed Washington because of snow. It's not like anything's going to get done. I mean, of course I'm thinking of Ozzy, but I don't hide that. I'm not trying to sneak it under the thing like, hey, guys, off the record, I'm an Ozzy fan. Everybody knows that.
Stupid me, I'm under the impression if we do go down there, maybe we could get some things done.
Oof.
Maybe.
Well, you said it.
Let them come here.
I still believe that, we could keep fighting and seeing what happens down there, getting some of these people's faces and see what's going on.
I totally agree.
Because they're hiding. They're very far away from us right now. It's easy to hide, but you're there and you ask the tough questions in front of them, then maybe we'll get some answers.
We can ask them, hey, look, all right, it's Wednesday and we're here, and Robert Plant is walking around a couple hours. Could you have gotten him in here earlier? Nope, didn't think you could have. There's another one we missed by a few hours. Robert Plant will be down there on Wednesday doing one of their functions. We haven't heard anything about getting him in.
We're not even going to be there Wednesday.
No, we could. Originally we were supposed to go on Tuesday, Wednesday, I thought. Jaime thought Tuesday, Wednesday.
Here it is. I want to know the exact person that wrote the letter that went to the subscribers that didn't have our name on it. If they answer that one question to me, then I will go down again and go to meeting every month, whatever they want us to do. If I don't find out who that was, a name of somebody that wrote that letter, then I'm never going to Washington again. I could be.
Well, you got to explain the whole letter thing, I guess. We sort of touched on it.
What? It was a subscriber letter, went out to every subscriber of XM.
Which is what, 3.5 million about?
Yeah,
3.5 million subscribers?
The rate increase and explaining the fact that you're going to get the online service now included in the package, and you're going to get our program, which was a premium channel, and it's going to be now available to you at the basic subscription rate.
So it said that they're going to get our program in the letter.
No, it said you are going to get high voltage channel, the high voltage channel now, which was a premium channel. The high voltage channel will now be included in the price of your package. And anyone reading that would look at it and go, what? What is that? It does nothing. If there is an XM subscriber in, let's say, Duluth, that was a fan of the Opie and Anthony show, had no clue we're on XM. The guy has XM, but he doesn't know we're there on a premium channel to subscribe to us. Fan of the show, has XM, don't know we're there. All of a sudden he gets this letter. And if he would have seen, oh, Opie and Anthony, wow, that's cool, I'm going to start to listen, would have helped the show, get more listeners. And guaranteed a situation like that would happen many, many times. But instead, he's going to read this letter and go, Bob Edwards, this, high voltage, but it's going to mean nothing to him.
Oh, they said Bob Edwards, all right?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Because whoever wrote that letter enjoys Bob Edwards, respects Bob Edwards, and feels that Bob Edwards should be part of XM. Now, whoever wrote that obviously feels that we are pieces of shit that have no business being at this company.
Oh, no, guys, it's not like that.
Yeah, that's what we'll hear. Blah, 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 blah. We'll hear excuses for whoever wrote the letter. For the scumbag who wrote that letter, we'll just hear excuses.
But someone had
they won't know who did it. It's some cosmic smoking cloud that wrote it. It's some corporate something in a corner somewhere. We'll never know who did it. Believe me. They'll never fess up.
But someone had to sign off on the letter.
Ever.
Yeah, who signed off on it? There's another thing. There's a couple of people involved in that. The person that wrote it, the person that signed off on it. Why wasn't our name included in that?
I don't
Here's
know.
the
I send
conscious
emails.
decision.
I send emails right
Yep.
to the top, and no one wrote me back.
Here's the
so.
bottom line: corporate America, and this is not XM. This is every corporation is filled with cowards who hide behind the fact that there are 50 people that can possibly be blamed. And this is all companies. No one has the courage.
Yeah.
As a man or as an adult, just to say what they want to say. They all hide behind the fact that they can kind of languish in anonymity. Well, so-and-so did it. I don't know. Gee, no one. And that's why nothing gets done.
We're going to look
And
into
every
seeing
company
who
has
that
this.
is. We'll look into see. We'll get back to you on that. I'm going to look into it. I haven't heard boo. I wrote emails. I sent a copy of the letter. I scanned the goddamn
I got
thing.
that, dude. I got
and
that.
I sent it because I wanted everyone to see exactly what I was talking about. I sent it, and I heard, we're going to find out who, wrote that, who wrote that up. No, you know what? Nothing. I got nothing in return. Nothing. And you know what's going to happen when we go to Washington? Nothing. We're going to sit in a room, blah, 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 blah. I just want to come here and do the show. That's all I like doing. I enjoy the shit out of doing radio. I enjoy coming here on a daily basis and doing the show. What I don't enjoy is anything else having to do with corporate America, which includes traveling to their headquarters and sitting in on meetings. Hate it. Hate it. It's a waste of time.
Wow, guys, this is a real downer today.
Well, I don't mind the travel, though. I don't mind going to D.C. I have fun. I really did. I had a good time. We were down there. I kind of like being out of the element a little bit. And the meetings thing just stinks.
Yeah, meetings are...
But the actual travel and, having the Mexican on, it was fun. I mean, that was all right.
The Mad Mexican.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed
one of the
having
good ones down there.
What's that?
He's one of the good ones.
I like him, yeah. That was a fun part of the gig to do.
Yeah.
Again, I'm all for going down there. I even told this to Dope. I've said this. I enjoyed the trip, and I'm more for going down there. Fine.
Yeah.
Just go to Craigslist, punch in Washington, D.C. Ironic. Doesn't have to be New York. Believe me, wherever I went, there I was, folks. I'm garbage in every city. But if it comes down to that choice, to me, there's just not a choice. It's not, especially because there's nothing going to get done.
Well, it is pretty sad. I think the show could be a lot bigger than it is if we get the right help, the proper help.
Yeah.
People that believe in the show like we believe in it.
We got to do it ourselves, man, and you know that. We've had to do it ourselves the whole time. And we got to keep doing it ourselves. That's it. And the listeners have been great. The listeners, I should have actually hooked up a sticker stop in Baltimore. We had great crowds out there. But they're the ones showing up with stickers at the gigs. It's listeners. It's nobody from any other company. It's the listeners showing up.
I want no part of corporate. I want no part of it. I have no interest in corporate affairs.
Did they really help at NEW, to be honest? I mean, it's the same shit.
It was a constant burden over there, too. I just, they talk about management and talent or whatever you want to call it. I am definitely not on the management side of that whole thing. I enjoy coming in here and doing a show. That's it. That's my job. That's what I like doing. That's what I do. I don't sit in meetings. I'm not good at it.
Why is the name Opie and Anthony not on the channel? I mean, it's a real basic thing, and it's name recognition. It's like that's the name of the show. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Whether you like them or hate their guts, you certainly have heard of them.
Yeah.
Why is that not the name of the channel? Understandable at first. Maybe, look, they wanted to make some car companies. But look, we don't know if these guys are going to self-destruct. Let's be honest, you two don't have the grant. Okay. But here it is. 5 or 6 months into it, it's a dopey radio show. A bunch of people fucking off. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's still about that recognition. Somebody in a car company or something goes, well, no, don't worry. We'll kind of keep it quiet. That's all it is.
Yeah, I hear you guys just fine. I don't know what's up with people. It must be their phone.
All right. What's up, Duke?
Yeah, this is the Duke in Jersey. The other day I called up customer service because I had to redo my little roadie too. And, dude, it took like 7 minutes for them finally to mention that you guys are on XM. First it was, baseball's coming, blah, blah, blah. Keep holding for customer service. Bob Redwood's show is on this channel. Keep holding. Seriously, 7 to 10 minutes maybe did you guys finally get mentioned that you're on there.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Stacy. Hey, Stacy, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I could hear you just fine, too.
All right, good to hear.
I just wanted to tell you that I felt the same way when I read that letter. The first thing I said is you guys should really be insulted that you're not even mentioned.
Yep. Well,
it's your station. I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't think we were overreacting because my email exploded, and and I try not to exaggerate. It was close to 100 people wrote me personally and said, look at this, or what about this? So then I emailed a few of those to a bunch of the guys because I didn't want to, just stuff their mailbox. I'm like, well, here's a sample of some of the email I'm getting about this one issue. Can somebody explain this to me? And no one wrote me back, so I don't know.
Here's a letter.
Here we go. I understand why XM distances themselves from you. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, here's the deal. I'll say it again. Corporate America will argue, well, it's a money issue. It's not in the budget. But there's so many things when you have a radio show that you can promote that doesn't cost a dime.
Yeah.
And this was one of those perfect examples.
This goes out to everybody. It says here we added 9 sports channels dedicated to ACC, Pac-10, Big Ten college football and basketball, traffic, weather channels covering top 21 markets, XM Public Radio featuring legendary journalist Bob Edwards.
Oh, they don't just mention the name; they mention him with the channel.
Yeah. Channel and Public Radio, right? XM Public Radio, legendary journalist Bob Edwards. All new music channels, Starbucks Here music channel. XM exclusive music series like Artist Confidential, Then Again Live.
I love you guys. And
all right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Most recently, Major League Baseball to provide play-by-play coverage for every team all season long, beginning this spring, only on XM Radio. And then it goes on to say also on April 2nd, your basic subscription package will expand to include 2 premium services for no additional charge.
Ooh.
XM Radio Online, previously $3.99. And our High Voltage channel, previously $1.99. XM Radio Online provides you access to XM's commercial-free music channels, along with High Voltage, The Bob Edwards Show, comedy, and kids programming over the Internet. So it tells you what you're getting with XM Radio Online. But for us, it's our High Voltage channel. What does that mean? You're looking at that going, $1.99. I'm getting that now as part of my basic subscription package. High Voltage? I'm really getting the High Voltage channel? Who knows what that means? Nobody.
Why would we get on a train and go and look? Why would we deal with this shit? Why?
You got to look people in the eye.
For what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Try to get answers to this stuff.
There's no answers to be got. The answers are obvious. We know the answers.
If they have a problem with the radio show, it's too bad. I don't know. No one is.
That is a blatant.
No one is brave enough to come to us and go, well, here's the problem we have with you guys, and we have absolutely no one helping us, build this this show or this channel. Absolutely no one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to name names today. You know who you are. No one's helping us. No one gives us the answers that we need. And if there is a thing where we need to maybe mold the show differently, make it a little more user-friendly, I would like to at least hear what their opinions are of us. It doesn't mean we would change.
Let's be honest here. You want to talk? Do you think it's serious they're going to send out a letter like this without fucking Howard's name in it?
Oh,
do you think that is going to happen across the street?
Well, that's what sucks, too. There's empty promises because when Howard signed with the Little Doggy Company, I got a phone call from someone that said, look, man, I believe in you guys and the show. I know you guys are funnier, more entertaining, clever, blah, blah, blah. The only problem you guys have is you're not as big as Howard, so it's up to us as a company. We have over a year to make you guys as big as possible. Okay. And then they start talking about, TV commercials and billboards all over the place. Howard signed almost 6 months ago already.
Second and third day you were on.
And nothing has happened. But I did get that call. It's now up to us to make you guys as big as possible before he makes the move to satellite radio.
You know why I can't sit in those friggin' meetings and listen to the commercial spots, and we're going to do this and that, and we're going to advertise, we're putting it in papers, and all that is blah, blah, blah. When you look at a letter that goes out to every subscriber and doesn't have our name, that right there is better than any other advertising that they've come up with so far. If they would have put Opie and Anthony in that letter.
Yep.
It would have been out to millions of people that probably have no clue where we are, what we're doing. They're fans of the show, and that would have helped out.
But nobody knows where it comes from. It's a lie. Yeah. That's my problem with corporate America. People are such groveling cowards. Can somebody just be a man and go, yes, this was so-and-so, this is what happened?
Yeah, where's the person that obviously has a problem with the show? Who is that person?
When the show's not funny, when I tell a joke that bombs, there's no mystery as to who just fucking bombed because it's out in the open. You understand? That's why I despise that corporate thinking so much. None of you can just stand up and just go, yes, I'm the one who sent it out. Or, yeah, that was Frank. He did it, and this is why.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they hate the fact that we bitch on the air. Any company wouldn't like it. But you don't bitch for no reason. When equipment isn't working and you bitch, well, that's what we do. Sorry, it's an honest radio show. If I can talk about shit on my chest, I can complain about the fucking equipment not working.
You're right.
I want Ozzy.
Maybe that's why they have a problem with the show, because you talk about
maybe,
shitting on your
maybe.
chest.
Sorry.
Sure.
So what? So what? They don't have a problem with somebody who's involved in Watergate, the biggest fucking scandal in the history. You have any problems with baseball? People that are fucking shooting up steroids and encouraging kids to do that? You have a problem with that? A lot of them are beating up their fucking wives. You have a problem with that?
Who beat up their wife?
I don't know, Doc. I don't know.
Oh, Doc Gooden?
I'm just, you understand what I'm saying? I love baseball, whatever. I don't care. But just the fact that I don't want to hear about that content bullshit. Hold everybody to the same level of accountability if that's the problem.
Yeah. Fuck. There you go. Got this letter. No name on it. And we'll go down in there and have a little chat about that.
And if it was about that, somebody would have told you. Believe me, if it was about things Norton said, somebody would have, believe me, pulled your side, went, dude, that guy, that guaranteed, they would have felt very comfortable doing that behind the scenes. They would probably would have done it, I was there, God forbid, but behind the scenes, somebody would have.
It's just liars. They're liars.
Every corporation, dude. Everyone.
Just, little weaselly worms.
It's almost like sometimes certain religious areas have become like these havens for pedophiles who think they're going to, and I'm not even shitting on the church, but they think they're going to just beat their sickness. That's what corporations have become, this haven for people who are too fucking frightened to look you in the face and say what they want to say. That's what corporations, unfortunately, have become.
Yep. Oh. All right, well, we'll go down there and
you have fun.
Look at their faces and...
I'm not dealing with that. I'm really not. I'm not doing a radio bit. You guys go. I will fucking spit on somebody if I know that fucking the guy who wrote fucking Paranoid is up here and could be in studio, but I'm here and we're gonna blue sky it. We're gonna do this and that. And then hey, we send you a few stickers. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I like those guys on a personal level. It's almost annoying. I wish I didn't. I'm not gonna do it.
Look, I'll take the hit. We'll leave Monday after the show, and we'll go down there for Tuesday and fuck Wednesday. We'll go down there for both fuck days. Ugh.
Maybe they can get us Robert Plant for Wednesday. How about that?
We'll do that just so we're here on Monday. So we can do the Ozzy thing and have 2 wonderful, glorious days down in Washington to babble about nothing to fucking liars. Great. There we go. And I'll have 24 hours to pack for a 10-day fucking vacation. Wonderful. Great. Fantastic. That's the new plan. Make the fucking reservations for the train and the hotels. We're leaving Monday after the show. I'll get the shit end of the stick on this one.
We have to come back Tuesday.
We have to go to Washington.
We come back Tuesday. Then we can't come back Wednesday. You got to go away.
No. We need 2 days, Jimmy.
Why?
We need 2 days down there. We need 2 days in Washington. 1 day isn't enough to fully absorb the fucking bullshit that they're going to pour out of their faces down there. You need 2 days. 2 days for all that viscous diarrhea to pour down your fucking throat. That's what we need. 2 days. 2 days it is. I'll come back Wednesday after the show.
When do you leave?
Wednesday, I'll unpack my Washington bag and try to pack, looking at a stopwatch. But, fuck it.
Are you trying to get sympathy from the listeners that you only have a day to pack for a 10-day
I have 1 day to pack for a 10-day Caribbean cruise, damn it.
Insane.
You know how hard it is to pack so many clothes for the huge closets in my giant suite?
You know how hard our listeners work? They haven't been away in years, and you're only...
Fuck them, too.
You're only bitching. and the bitch you're trying to get sympathy for is that you only have 24 hours to pack.
For a goddamn Caribbean cruise. I realize how ridiculous it sounds.
You have a piano in your fucking room.
No, I didn't get the one with the piano.
Oh,
I did.
You didn't get the piano in the room?
I wish I did. Could have my brother playing piano. We could have sang 30 songs.
I'm sitting there listening to you, and then I'm like, no one's gonna be on your side on this one.
Would you want me to lie about the reasoning that I didn't want to come back Wednesday? I have very important things to do. Nothing.
People understand, though. Everybody deals with this crap on the jobs. Nope, there's nobody out there listening that doesn't deal with this crap all the time. It's just frustrating, and it's frustrating for us, and it's frustrating for you on your jobs, whatever it is. You know,
all right.
But no one here wants to just come and pick up a check. It's just like, why don't you mention the name of the show in the letter, man? It's like, Jesus, come on.
That's easy enough.
Well, that's one of just many things that have happened. Anthony just...
That makes up for a lot of it in my book.
Okay. It's okay. It's water. I don't care. But look.
Anthony just opened some Canada Dry, and it went, and it's all over his lap.
All over his beige
Canada Dry pants wet. Well.
Go ahead, Than, go down there and just wipe off the front of his trousers.
Wipe off my trousers.
Got it.
Eric from Manhattan, what's up?
Good morning, boys. Good morning there, Sweet Tush.
Hi, Eric from Manhattan.
I got another sample for you. David Justice, first of all, beating up Halle Berry.
Yeah.
She probably deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you can take the positives like that if you wish. I mean, hand to hand for David.
One point that I wanted to make. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember any promotion that you guys had on NEW? I don't remember any.
No, we used to bitch about NEW, too. Let's not look back with frosted glasses, with golden glasses.
We're not looking through kaleidoscope eyes.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why we got ourselves in so much trouble, because Anthony knew we had to get our names out there. So
I knew.
we started doing these, radio stunts. Then the press picks up on it. We get our names out there a little bit more. More people started listening. Then the stunts had to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until we finally blew ourselves up. Part of that whole thing happened because we were getting no attention from the company and the radio station and no marketing. So Anthony and I, knowing we had to make noise or we were going to be pretty much out of radio.
So these guys are doing the same thing for you. They know how successful you are in NEW, and they're saying, "Listen, these guys they can promote themselves, with a WOW thing and what have you."
They don't want us to start promoting ourselves like we know how to promote ourselves.
Well, maybe that's what you should do.
No, they shouldn't.
You should
do it your way.
You should see my book in front of me with all the brilliant ideas that we could do to get us fired next time. Look at this. It's just chock full of ideas that I will not even read on the air. All right. Thanks, Eric. Let's go to Steve in New York. Hey, Steve.
How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Steve. Just going on the last caller. I think the reason why they're not calling it the Opie and Anthony program and just High Voltage is because they know what you guys can do. And they know that when you blow yourselves up, they don't want to have to change the name of the channel.
Believe me, that
and put two schmucks in there and still call it High Voltage.
Well, what bothers me what bothers me the most about the whole name change of the channel, we asked pretty much since day one, and no one has given us an answer. No one has stepped forward and said, no, it's going to be called High Voltage, and this is our reasoning. They just don't.
No.
They will not answer these questions for some reason. I don't get it.
Well, we're gonna see. Didn't you talk to so and see if so? It's like, can fucking somebody just find something out and just tell you?
And I told XM that High Voltage was probably the worst name I've ever heard for the channel.
It's awful.
And the person that picked it was someone that probably shouldn't be involved in programming to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me and said, well, we need to name the channel. Let me know what you think. And I didn't know I had an hour to come up with it. I had an hour.
You didn't go with High Voltage?
No.
No, we were at the Hard Rock when they asked us.
Yeah. Well, no, by the time they got up to the press conference, they already had the thing named. And I'm like, what? You just asked me. If you would have gave us, Anthony and I, a couple days, we would have came up with a bunch of great names. Even if you didn't want the Opie and Anthony thing, we would have still came up with some cool names that would have made more sense than High Voltage.
Here's the name of the channel, the Opie and Anthony channel. No one looks at channel names and goes, oh, that's a funny channel name. That's a doozy. No one gives a shit. Channel names are to be informative. That's why. Okay? HBO is home box office. Is that a funny name? No, it's what it is. It's a home box office. It's like a fucking movie theater box office in your fucking house. That's what HBO is. Showtime. It's showtime, folks. Turn it on and watch a show.
Okay. You sound like a lunatic.
I love it.
But that's what titles of
absolutely
channels
agree.
are, to inform you.
I agree wholeheartedly.
What about
Nickelodeon?
What about Comedy Central?
Comedy Central, exactly. The worst, the most complete. How about cancel anything that's edgy, Central? How about fuck Colin Quinn in the ass, who's the funniest guy on that network, Central?
So you don't like Comedy Central as a good name for a channel?
It's actually a fine name for a channel.
How about
I'll let you know what it is.
MTV? That's a cool
music
one.
television.
Yes, MTV. It's exactly what it is. It's music and it's on television. If it was on the radio, it would be called M Radio, but it's not. It's fucking TV.
What about BET?
Exactly.
Black
Entertainment Television, the most honest name of a show, of a channel ever. Yes, that's fantastic.
What about CNN?
Something news.
Cable. news network.
Yes.
Damn guy knows a little bit about
I know.
everything. It's
Bravo.
amazing.
CNN.
Bravo.
Yes, thank you.
Bravo. Speaking of which, we got an
Black
email.
Stars, a fine channel name.
We got
BSTZ.
we got an email from a fine listener. From Nicholas. Okay, Nicholas writes, just letting you know that Professor Anthony is my new favorite part of the show.
Professor Anthony.
I think we need some kind of like production stuff made.
Oh, Professor.
Someone write that down. I don't know where Eric went. Did Eric go home? He's so disappointed today.
Why is he disappointed?
Well, Eric's supposed to be kind of my right-hand man in the studio. He's here. Like, shucking and jiving. What is he doing?
Was he shucking and jiving?
He shucks and jives.
Wow.
What are you doing today? I haven't seen you in an hour.
Where are you, sweetie?
What prep work have you been doing?
Prep work?
Stuff for Mr. Skin, other articles that have been coming in. I'm getting all set up for you.
Oh, he's getting everything
You're
set
getting
up.
all
right.
feisty. Jeez.
This kid works.
All right. I'm not used to anyone working around here. I'm sorry. Jesus. Look at those guys getting pissed in there.
Oh, they work hard. Fucking Derek and his friends.
Eric.
Derek and his friends.
Eric, because everyone knows at this point Steve's out to lunch, doesn't listen to anything, so just write a note.
Jesus.
We have this thing we want to start called Professor Anthony. No, Steve just goes, yeah, and just nods his head, yeah. And then, like, this morning, in the office today, am I wrong?
Oh, boy.
In the office today, you're like, do you want to start this WOW thing? I'm like, we start the thing. We said we're doing it. April is the month of WOW.
Yep.
We had a whole meeting about it, and you casually go, well, what about this WOW thing? We're going to start it in April? I'm like, yes, we should already have production and everything going.
I think Steve just likes making sure.
That's
like
exactly
he knew,
it. It's clarification. It's not idiocy.
I didn't say it was idiocy, but we had a whole meeting about it. That was one that we already signed off on. Like, we should have promos.
I think sometimes you translate my clarification as complete lack of interest and idiocy.
All right, what time?
He didn't say it was idiocy. He just said.
Dude, we said this a week ago, right?
I understand that. I was there.
And there's nothing really on the website yet? There's no production yet?
There's an entire website that says
Rate My WOW. Yeah. That has nothing to do with what we want to do in April.
I understand that.
On the actual Opie and Anthony program, we want April to be the kickoff of WOW, the start of WOW. It's going to be promos out the ass. We want girls to come down here whenever we're broadcasting to get their pictures. And the girl with the best WOW is going to win a My Five.
I haven't forgotten about the promos.
But we signed off on it. Okay. You were like, well, are we still doing that? Still doing that. That was our big thing.
No more questions.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like you know what it is though. It's like when
high-strung
when
here.
Command sets
Eric,
up
why
a
are you
sniper.
running away from him? He wasn't going to hit you.
Plows through the door.
Eric is scared shitless when I come in the door.
Why? He's cozy and sweet.
He's wearing a
Very
fucking
bear-like.
shirt that says "Stay cozy." What is he going to do to you?
Canoodle?
He's going to run in and give you a bear hug. That might be a little too tight.
This awful Piazza mustache in your neck.
There's more people sporting this mustache. Thank you very much.
We all know he's a big guy, but I think the best he's going to do is just give you a tight bear hug. And maybe paw at you a little bit.
Swat.
A little swat to the face.
Trying to film him on Faces of Death. He just knocks you down and chews your guts.
No, the WOW thing is happening.
Okay.
That's our big thing in April. We come back from vacation. We're off to premium. And we want girls lined up at 7 a.m. to get their pictures taken that morning. But we got to start pre-promoting.
You know what it is, though, Steve? It's like when Command sets up a sniper. You set him up, but then you don't just your discretion take the shot. You got to make sure. You know, you obviously know you're taking the shot. It's up there. You're all taking, but then you got to get that final thing. You know, taking the shot. You know, everyone knows the situation.
Yeah.
I see it like Steve's maybe. Just making sure
That's all.
We're going along.
That's all. I'm not turning a deaf ear. I'm not being dismissive. I'm simply just making sure I can have a dozen promos ready by next week.
Steve, I apologize that I said that you're not really listening.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. 10th step.
When he was wrong, he probably admitted it.
And I realize you do a really good job for the radio program, and you work about 18 hours a day. And I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
You afraid I'm going to hit you?
Is this the cuddling after the kick down the stairs?
It really is. That's the abuse.
He just kicked his pregnant girl in the stomach, and now he's rubbing the baby and talking to it. It'll be all right.
I'm trying to be more user-friendly, so I'm sorry. All the hard work you do for the program. I just want to acknowledge it on the program.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think that counseling's doing good for me.
Now go get your fucking shine box.
Okay. So April is the start of WOW, okay? We want to make it bigger than life.
Okay.
All right.
What if girls want to come in before April? What if you have like a couple
March
girls?
Madness, right or wrong, Steve? Right or wrong?
March Madness.
Got a lot of offers from girls that want to come in.
Then let's get it going now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Today.
Tomorrow.
But April will be the official kickoff. This will be like the preseason.
That's the grand opening.
Right.
They're going to start allowing customers in March, but April's the official grand opening.
Steve, stay on mic for a second.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking to Steve.
I want everyone to say something nice to Steve.
Oh,
Anthony?
no, because now it's forced.
Anthony?
No, it's not.
Huh? Steve, I love Steve's sense of humor in his production. I find it very funny, very original.
All right.
Yes.
Boss?
Thank you for making that copy of that CD for me and doing the promos.
Did you hear your new
brilliant.
promo?
Well, no, I haven't heard, but whatever you work, you're brilliant. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Just brilliant.
Jimmy?
Thank you for concentrating on comedy instead of picking up a hammer and being the sociopath that you were probably meant to be.
It's a very fine line. I've been told that by a number of psychologists that I would be.
Anybody else want to step up to the mic? Eric?
No.
Eric, no.
Eric, you don't want to
Look
say
at Eric,
anything nice
no.
to your fellow
Speak
coworker?
highly about
Nothing to
Steve.
say.
Thank you for my new cartoon character on
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, look at that. Hey.
You're welcome, Eric.
Steve does work about 18 hours a day.
Yes,
He's
he
insane.
does.
And Opie?
I
already
said it. I started this.
He did. He was very nice. Okay. That was very nice.
It's a little tense in here, and I think I might have
you said
stepped
something
over the
nice
line.
to him?
Yeah, I said.
He did.
That I'm sorry I told him that he doesn't listen. And then I want to acknowledge all the fine work he does and all the hours he puts in. And
he does put in a lot of hours.
And enough with the Ramon promos.
Really?
That's the most touching makeup I've seen since Jake hugged Vicky and she put the clothes back in the dresser with her big black eye. Oh, honey, I'm a bum without you in the Ramon promos. Don't go. Don't go.
Don't go.
Oh.
Yeah, WoW season right around the corner. Couldn't be happier, Anthony. Right?
Yes.
I want to play you a little something here.
Ooh. Ramon, pack my bags. Pack my cruise luggage.
I didn't say anything.
What?
I didn't say anything.
High voltage. High voltage. Zap.
Look, they didn't even give us a chance. They gave us like an hour to come up with a name.
It should be called high voltage because they don't want to touch it. It's a very appropriate name. They stay away and fence it off.
What are these?
Remember you were mentioning those logos, those XM logos the other day?
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Every promo has to end with the official XM stinger.
They asked for it a while ago, and Danny actually came up with these alternate versions of them using audio from you guys.
Oh, all right, let's hear this.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Jesus.
What is that?
You screaming.
I like that.
It's you screaming to the tune of the XM
Yeah, but
logo sound.
this doesn't make sense to anyone unless we had the original. Does anyone have the original? The
Those are
working on it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it going on.
Kenny.
Well, that's wonderful. Speaking of WoW, Anthony, whip them out Wednesday.
Yes.
Whip them out whenever.
Yeah.
If you need a WoW sticker, just go to opieandanthony.com. Self-addressed stamped envelope. The address is up there. We'll send out WoW stickers.
Sure.
We took that out of the hands of the marketing department down in D.C. because they just, quite frankly, fucked it up.
Didn't do anything.
And they got pissed because we said they fucked it up.
Why would they get pissed?
So then I started forwarding all those emails proving they fucked up.
Yeah. And now they send their envelopes here, and we send them out WoW stickers. It's working great. Thank you.
Because we'll look out for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got there's a girl doing it, and I might even plug horn. There's a girl at the gig this week in Florida doing a WoW sticker stop down there. The listeners just come to the table, man. They love doing it.
and she helps a lot. She comes to all those gigs.
Speaking of which, we have a friend of the show on the line, Billy Mack. Billy, where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. I'm calling from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Hey, Billy.
And Billy does WoW sticker stops at his local bar.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
This will get the name out of the show. Thank you, Billy.
Hey, Billy, are you living down there now?
What's that?
You living down there?
No, I just come and go as I please, or as if my wife lets me come down.
Okay, cool.
Listen, guys, you're coming in real low, honestly.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
All right, I should have
we
known better.
Listen, I want to just thank Steve for putting my WOW sticker stuff up on the website. Thank you.
Oh, another nice word about Steve.
Thank you, Billy.
Billy, when is your sticker stop?
Well, now that you ask, it's tomorrow from 4 to 6 at McSorley's Bar, A1A and Sunrise Boulevard. And come in and ask for a sticker, and I'll buy you a beer.
I love this.
Wow.
I love this pinpoint marketing we do.
Yes.
If you just happen to be in this tiny, tiny little bar in the middle of
Pinpoint marketing.
It's called pinpoint marketing.
On the second floor.
God, you know how ridiculous this is? Get a map of the entire United States. That's what we broadcast to.
Yeah.
And you can take one pin, and that actually will represent an entire town easily on a map.
Yeah.
And then look at the rest of the map that has absolutely no pins.
There is not a pin skinny enough to represent the area that will actually be in this sticker stop area.
But
the diameter of a real straight pin covers like hundreds of miles.
Hundreds of miles. And it still looks ridiculous.
If you want to get WOW stickers in New York, they'll be in Big Louie's restaurant. They got the old-fashioned chain toilets. We're gonna put the stickers behind it.
Make sure that stickers are back there. I don't want our listeners coming out with their dick in their hands.
Sit down, finish my promotion. Don't fuck around, kid.
Billy, how many people are
nice sticker on the car, Lou.
What's that?
How many people are you expecting at your sticker stop?
Oh, maybe 2,000-3,000, I think.
Wow.
2 or 3 people.
Well, no. It's spring break down here, guys. I got a quick story on that. But before I go, we're also going to do it from 9 to 11 at the same location while you guys are broadcasting live from New York.
Hey,
Nice.
that's just...
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to see you next week, right? Or this week, right, Billy?
Well, Jimmy,
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. Whatever leftover stickers I have, I'm going to be hanging around West Palm Beach on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of this month.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I definitely want to see you when I'm down there.
All right, thank you, bro.
See you, bro.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Bye.
Take care. Gene Wilder on TV. We couldn't get Gene Wilder in. Such one of the greatest comic actors in history.
Well, this show has serious problems.
That's right.
It really does. It really does.
Things will get fixed.
We have a booker that barely gets us guests. We don't have any marketing whatsoever. And not much faith from the gang down in Washington.
If you guys want, I'll go down to the garage and get the van, and I'll go out and do a sticker stop down at the Garden or something. I don't know. Yeah. Does it need gas?
What van?
Yes, there's... Wait, what van?
What van?
There's a van
I
in
thought
Washington.
I thought we had the van downstairs with
We
the
had
pictures on the side.
we had a van with our cartoon characters on the side, but it just sits in a parking lot.
Oh, I was going to go do a stop.
I gave up on that thing, too. I said,
No, that van's very handy. It picks us up from the hotel and brings us to the facility.
I gave up on that. You have no idea that the things I used to fight for that I'm like, all right, well, what you can only talk to a wall long enough. I'm like, why do we have an Opie and Anthony van? Honestly, they probably painted over our faces by now. No, I'm being serious.
Bob Edwards van now.
It's either that or
head actual size.
If I had a guess, and I swear I don't know the answer to this, I bet you it says Major League Baseball on that van now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's a huge coup for XM. But we had that van for the first 6 months easily, if not longer, most of the summer. And I said, why is there an Opie and Anthony van with our faces right on the side that has all the info and everything, and it sits in a parking lot day in and day out?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, at least drive it up to New York and just ride it around all day long? How much could that possibly cost besides gas and paying someone like $10 an hour or whatever it would be?
Yeah.
But instead it just sat in a parking lot.
It sits behind
day in
locked
and day out.
gates at the XM complex.
And this is what I mean by, marketing that doesn't cost money or doesn't cost that much money. You know?
Yeah.
You're driving around Manhattan and the suburbs in an Opie and Anthony XM satellite radio van, people are going to notice.
Doing sticker stops and stuff.
But that's, one of just many things I just stopped bitching about to them down there.
Well,
now I don't even answer the phone when they call. It got to that point because I know nothing's going to be done.
And then when you don't do numbers, they blame you guys.
No, we're doing numbers. That's the crazy part about
it. If you don't do
it.
what they want, they always blame.
As far as this premium thing goes, it was a huge hit for the company. A huge hit. Unless they're lying to me.
No, they're not lying.
They said it was a huge hit. That we did much more than they expected, and that was the problem. Because we were doing so much more than they expected, they're like, those guys are fine. We'll concentrate on something else here at XM. And my argument is, well, if you really focused on us, those numbers would have been even more impressive.
Well, the van is good when they pick you up, though, from the hotel. It's always good that they can just go, the people, this is who we're driving. This is who we're driving. That's
I like
what
it
you
because
need.
I come out of the hotel and I'm like, what van do I get in? I'm like, I don't know. There's one over there. There's a van over there. Oh, there's me. There's me. I get into the van with me. And I know. And I get in, and it's the right van. So that's handy. It's good to have the van down there for that.
Sure.
You guys are celebrities. You shouldn't be driven around in a van, in a limo, in a town car.
Dude, let's
You
slow
think
down.
we are Rich Voss?
Yes.
No, in a town car.
A van isn't bad when you're going. When you
down.
get 5 guys with production going to the studio.
The
That's
best,
okay.
The best van story, though, they pick us up at our hotel. It was like 4:30 in the morning. We're driving through the ghetto, and our faces are on the side of this thing, right? And one of us yells out, "Oh, wow, a shooting."
Yeah.
A shooting was going down. Guns drawn. Did we actually see bullets fly? I don't think so. I don't know. You know, we were inside the van. I don't know. But there were cops all on their knees pointing guns at this storefront. So one of us yelled, I think it was me because I was in the front seat. I go, shooting. So the person driving the van stops to check it out.
Yeah, it's always a good thing.
And my point was, shooting, get the fuck out of here. You don't stop when you see a shooting going on.
Why did the car slow down after the first shot?
Absolutely. And there's no way we would have allowed an umbrella to be opened in D.C. like that. No way. You would have felt an Army presence there. It's a triangulation of crossfire. You shoot at one big head on the van, and I shoot the guy in marketing who ain't doing nothing else.
I think they might have just got rid of their marketing department down there.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because
Cool.
maybe they were just trying to save money. I don't know. That's what I have to assume at this point.
And no one thinks that baseball shouldn't be promoted. Everybody knows how great it is that they got baseball. I mean, you know, I'm psyched. Hopefully we can get some... we doing any road work when vacation's over? Any places we're going that we've announced or no?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
I haven't. Dan C. from Hoboken, Anthony's Apollo air conditioning van saw more of the tri-state area than O&A's XM van, which is very true. And then Gary from Hackensack seems to be very angry. Hey, girls, come over to my work. I'll make you cry. Just try on 6-day weeks, 10 hours a day, not 3 hours a day. Yeah, and also he's under the impression we're just doing 3 hours of radio a day because we start at 7 now. Because this idiot Gary S. from Hackensack, this idiot doesn't listen enough to know that we're on from 7 to 11 Eastern now. And it's not 3 hours. We're extending the show an hour on the tail end. We start at 7. We end at 11 Eastern time. You stupid ass.
Plus the 6 a.m. hour is going to be really good best of stuff that a lot of people haven't heard.
3 hours, he said.
With us doing, the bumpers in there.
Instead of high voltage, it should be called, hold on, people, maximum crying.
Oh. That's terrific. That's terrific.
Welcome to the real world. I'd love 2 days off. What, like a weekend?
We lived in the real world. What are you talking about,
Not
stupid?
my problem.
Anthony did air conditioning. I did fucking warehouse work.
Yeah.
And Opie knew some people that did that stuff, too.
Hey, I was a caddy.
A caddy. Winning that caddy tournament, that's what's important.
I was a caddy for 12 years.
Caddy for 12 years?
I was a caddy for 12 years, and then I worked in a video store until I got fired because my friends would come in and we'd all watch, porno. And we got caught because some mom was trying to pick out a kid flick with her little kid.
You doing anything this weekend? How would you like to come to my house and pack my bags for a cruise? Okay, Pookie.
Mom walked in around a video, and there's you and your friends, and she's like, why is there a cracker on the floor?
The old circle jerk. That old gag.
I wanted to play something for you because we're going to kick off WOW officially
It's
in the
Gary
month of April.
Gary S. It sure isn't my problem that you've gotten yourself in such a rut that you have to work 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. Jesus Christ. Even when I was working for a living, I was busting my balls, but I figured out a way where I wouldn't have to work that much.
Yeah.
My God, man. Relax a bit.
Well, we just know the show is really, really good, and we want to expose it to other people. That's all.
But they think you just because you're doing 4 hours, like there's no other crap involved, no prep work, no years of, anxiety and being turned down and all the you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just that couple of hours. That, oh, look at that. Oh, look, you work an hour on stage. That's it. Yeah, try to get on stage. Try to get those gigs. And it's just, everybody thinks it's so goddamn easy.
Everyone has their cross to bear, don't they?
That's right.
Everyone has their Star of David to bear.
That's right.
Yes.
Everyone's got their cross to throw on somebody who was supposed to lead them.
Can I play this thing?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to play this thing.
Play the thing.
PJ, hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Hi.
How you doing this morning?
1,200
years of this misery.
I mean, I don't know what this guy wants from me.
I know you've been talking about say that they really, actually rip you off.
How can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about WOW? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There's something new.
Well, and then...
There's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come
what about,
on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
What about going off on...
I
totally know that's you.
All right, okay, whatever. I got to go. Please, I don't really want to get into a discussion like this.
He's so delusional.
That is really funny.
See,
Someone found the clip.
Yeah, that's something we couldn't play on the old show because of the gag order that he placed on us.
How do you tie a bandana around your car? That's a great one. That's a big bandana.
What's the matter? My car has cancer.
People throwing frisbees to their cars, jumping, grab it.
God, just showing your age, man. You can't even tie bandanas to antennas anymore.
It's all hippied out. You honk the horn, it's like beep, beep.
Dude.
Honk, dude.
He's so delusional.
Oh, man.
Just admit it.
Bandana
WOW is
on
such
the
an
car.
original idea. And
I invented everything. I've done it all. He even said, I've done it all. Wow.
Even the stuff that's going to be invented, I
I've
did
done it
already.
all. There's no original
I went into
ideas.
a time machine.
Everyone
and I
should
already
just
did it.
Kill themselves.
Right.
I've done it all. I was the first one to do anything. Marconi ripped me off, Robin. Remember the what was that thing called? Dot dash dot Morse code. It was Howard code earlier. The guy ripped me off. I invented SOS. Robin. What a complete jackass. He's the guy. Wow. Wow. He invented WOW. And it had nothing to do with Whip 'em Out Wednesday or WOW. It was tying a bandana around your car. Thank you, Howard.
And what were we supposed to do if you saw,
I don't know. He didn't really explain it very well.
Of course he's not going to explain.
If someone had a bandana tied around their car somehow, girls would get naked in the car? Was that what it wasn't even flash. Yeah, girls would get naked. They're driving, taking their clothes off, crashing into abutments, Robin. I invented traffic accidents.
A bandana around an antenna, that reminds me of something else I've heard. It's called a fucking flag. That's not exactly somebody's fucking invention.
I invented that, Robin. They say Betsy Ross did that. I sewed the stars on. It was all me.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I honestly don't care.
I don't care. I invented the bandana was me. What a delusional man. He just invented everything. Oh, Jimmy just cut me. Oh, yeah? Dead on arrival?
No, I tell you.
You want to throw me the little can of Lysol?
There's no smell to it at all. I took a dump last night.
You're taking us out of our thing, though.
I'm certainly not.
One fart and you're taking us out of our thing.
I invented farting, Robin. There you go. Tied it right back.
All right, there you go.
No one farted on the radio before me. I ain't got nothing.
Just want to play that. We weren't allowed to play that in the old days, or we'd get fired.
What do you mean? Wait, you mean there was a clip from the same company you couldn't play on your old show?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember those days?
We've always been up against this crap that
What
we're dealing
about freedom of
with
speech,
today.
though?
Huh?
What about freedom of speech?
Oh, now you're fighting for freedom of speech, Robin? That's me. I'm the first one to ever fight for the freedom of speech. It's the Howard Amendment. They changed it. What an ass. What a delusional jackass.
He used to. He's still yelling and screaming about freedom of speech and all that, but he had his own employees gagged.
Yeah.
Or fellow employees, I should say. But no, it was right, his own employees, because he ran the whole company.
Yeah.
That's why everyone else at the little doggy company, we're already getting reports.
Oh, we got the phone call.
We have so many friends over there, and they're all calling, emailing, secretly going, we're all miserable.
It's getting
it's
ugly
all
over
about
here.
Howard.
And
everything else is being cut. Budgets are being cut. People are being fired. You know, people asked us, wouldn't you want to work at the same place with Howard and Mel? I'm like, no, not at all, because, you know, it's all about Howard. I mean, no attention given to any. You think we're in a bad spot here with XM? You know, I still believe that we'll work some things out here. Over there, forget it. If your name's not Howard Stern, you're fucked. Completely fucked.
It ain't my worry. It's not even my worry if you come with me to satellite. I don't care. I'll give a rat's ass.
He doesn't care.
All right, we should take a break.
Is this true?
I have to tinkle.
Frank is saying Colin called Howard from Iraq yesterday.
Possibly. Bobby Kelly left me a message. He said the one wow didn't work. Bob tried to call in, but he couldn't call in here.
Oh, because we changed the hotline, right?
Yeah, they tried to call. Bobby left me a message on my cell phone
Tried
yesterday.
calling from Iraq.
From Iraq in Baghdad. Nice. I'm sure he and Colin may have been together.
Yeah.
But Bobby did leave me a message
This is how much we stink. Even the friends of the show are starting to call over to his program instead. That's great.
Great.
Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe they couldn't get through here. I mean, it's very possible they were going to call in here as well and just could not get through because of the hotline number change or whatever it was.
I mean, you know, I like Colin, but I think he would call, unfortunately, Howie before he would call us, which is kind of sad to hear.
I think he'd call both. Colin's not going to let anybody tell him where he can go, where he can't go, and Colin's very open. I'm telling you, I know him. You're incorrect about that one.
Does he have the numbers?
In a second.
Ben?
In a second.
Would he have the numbers?
Bob has the numbers. Bob Kelly has the numbers.
And Bob's with Colin.
He's got the new number?
Bob left me a cell message. Because
he might not. They switched the numbers when he was in Iraq,
right,
so he might not have it.
So there's no forward from the old number to the new number a week later. So we missed a call at least from Bob, and I'm going to suppose they were together from Baghdad yesterday or 2 days ago.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything until I know if they have the right number. Because those guys are cool.
Colin's, if anything, he's fucking open. He never hides, man. Colin always says what he wants to say.
Yeah, Colin's the guy that gets shit on. He's not the person doing the shit on.
Absolutely not.
All right, we'll step aside. We actually got a lot of stuff to still do.
Yeah, we
do
enough with our bitching today. Jesus.
We got fat groups that are going after the show Fat Actress. Got some really good audio clips about that. It's very, very funny.
That's really going to annoy me.
And we got Mr. Skin standing by. He'll be calling in from MrSkin.com.
Ooh.
Oh, the Professor Anthony. I was starting to read this.
Yeah,
and
what
we
was
went
that?
off on another tangent. You got a moment?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Did you write this down? We want like a whole Professor.
I got a couple hours.
All right, we want a Professor Anthony, production piece.
A production piece?
When Anthony goes into this type of thing. Yeah, an email from Nicholas. He writes, just letting you know that Professor Anthony is my new favorite part of the show. So very informative. Is there any way that Anthony could explain what causes the sky to be blue? Or what type of clouds are associated with the weather phenomenon known as monster rain?
Clouds with monster rain?
Well, from what I've been told, the sky being blue is technically just a reflection of the ocean and the certain atmospheric things.
No,
that's really not
not
it.
really the ocean.
No,
it has to do
in the middle
with
of the desert,
the
it's still
gases
blue.
that make up our atmosphere and the way that it diffuses and refracts and reflects certain light from the sun, and that makes the sky appear as blue.
Right, but I'm saying that the ocean is there too.
It is indeed there, the ocean.
I just had a man explain to me why this guy was blue. I'm 36. I just want to lay in Anthony's lap and be knowledged and learned.
Bad smell, bad language, and now bad jokes. This is the freakiest show I've ever been party to.
Because we're perverts.
Really?
Stupid.
So you know it's good.
That's why we love doing this radio show.
Right. Okay, terrific.
Time to put your mouth where our balls are.
Buckle up, kids. It's cool. Let's just put it this way.
Sexual harassment, mostly.
Just shut up. I was so offended. Don't listen, you twat. Hit her over the head with a shovel.
If you did that, I would make love to you right now.
Come on. People that get their news from O&A are the same people who watched Sesame Street till they were 12. Yes, precisely. Guys talk about nasty stuff like this all the time.
Sit down and put on your laughing hats because here comes a home run.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. XM 202.
God damn, the bitching's getting bad. You know when I say the bitching's getting bad, that is getting bad. That's it. Anthony will not stop today for some reason. Now he's saying that he wants the van, the Opie and Anthony van that they don't drive, which I think has to be someone else's van.
Yep.
You want it warmed up, gassed up.
10:01 on
10:01?
Wednesday, or actually it's 11:01.
God, you're
Shit, I forgot about that.
What?
11:01.
You're a diva.
I want it out. No, because I know the
So we're gonna
jerking
broadcast
off
live
that's done when I want to get the fuck out of there.
We're broadcasting live from D.C. Tuesday and Wednesday.
Now
so
it's Tuesday and Wednesday.
At 11:01 Wednesday.
I want my bags in the goddamn van. It warmed up at the door, so I got to hop in, take me to the train station, get me out of there. I can't be dilly-dallying around Washington, waiting to talk to this one, or give this guy 2 minutes. He wants to talk, and then at 3 o'clock.
And why do you need to be on the 11:01?
Because I just want to get out of there. I want to get back to New York and drive home, not in rush hour traffic,
Well, obviously
so I could pack.
Obviously, you got something very important to do when you get back to New York City. What would
I
that be?
have to pack for my Caribbean cruise.
Oh, I thought you were needed for the cancer cure.
No, this is very important to
You
me.
had some knowledge, and they can't wait for you.
I just know how it is. Yeah, okay, we'll take you to the train station. Yeah, the truck. No, we just got to wait for this or that or that. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hours go by. Calendar pages are ripping off the calendar. It takes forever. I want out of there.
No pussyfooting.
I'm agreeing to do the show here Monday so we could have Ozzy, because that's good for the show. Really is. And I hate looking at a little retarded kid all disappointed.
You guys are so stupid.
But Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
You really believe Ozzy's going to be in studio Monday?
Look,
you know that's going to fall
If
through.
Ozzy isn't in on Monday, I swear to
my
God, I am taking a bazooka to something.
I'm taking bets right now. Who wants in?
Dude,
Ozzy will not be in studio Monday.
It occurred
Something's
to me-
going to happen.
It occurred to me that it could happen. But again, when you get that chance, you can't not.
At this point, I'm praying, not to interrupt you, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I'm
Of course
praying.
he is, 'cause Obi
so
wants to see him
praying
meltdown.
that Ozzy does not show up Monday now.
Why?
Because it'll be some of the best radio ever.
Nah, it would just be that.
That will be the official meltdown.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but I would be more mad if we went down and all of a sudden we could have had him. I mean, it's like you got to take that chance and go. You know what? He didn't come. We did what we were supposed to do. We were here. We were ready to have, whatever.
By the way, I'm
will
not
cry.
saying a word to Ozzy.
What?
It's going to be you and Ozzy.
That's fine.
Oh, he'll go forever. Forget
You
about
just sit
it.
down
I'm
with
too
Ozzy.
nervous around guys like Ozzy. I'm too petrified. to
That's
talk.
why it's going to be just you and Ozzy.
I don't talk much during celebrity interviews.
You're going to be a bumbling idiot.
I'll
and that's
prepare
what's
for
gonna-
this one though.
You're going to be all right.
I'll prepare.
All right.
For Ozzy, his box set, I'll help him promote it.
Huh?
I'll be fucking Pete Promote for his box set. That's what he's promoting.
I don't know Ozzy in depth and in detail like Jimmy does, but I'd have enough questions.
You don't want to
asked.
you can interview anybody though.
I know.
Anybody.
I know a few things. He bit the head off a dove. It wasn't a bat.
Oh yes, it was. It was both.
Oh.
One was in a concert.
Right.
One was in a CBS executive
I'm sure he
meeting.
wants that question asked again.
Yeah. Then snorting the ants question. I'm sure he's gotten that one many times.
I'll be too nervous to talk. I'll just sit there and blither and nod and go. No, I'll like bandwagon something you say. Like you'll ask a good question. I'll go, yeah, is that true? Like,
Are you gonna do your gag to him, or
No,
would you?
absolutely not.
You wouldn't do your gag. So
nah,
Ozzy,
out of respect, I can't fuck with Ozzy on any level.
Yeah?
Can't do it. No,
Wow.
can't do
You
it.
got to be consistent, man.
I am consistent. I'm a worm.
What if we let Ozzy? That's good.
All right, you got me.
Will you let Ozzy rub the hair on your arm?
Oh yeah,
If we
absolutely.
say
I
that,
would love
yeah?
him to.
Dude, he'll have a heart
What the fuck-
attack.
What the fuck are you doing?
He's trying to kill me or something.
He'll have a heart attack.
There's bets being put me down for $1 that Ozzy's a no-show.
Maybe.
Yeah, start a poll on the websites. It ain't happening.
It's possible it won't happen.
It ain't happening. I've been around way too long.
I'm not even gonna distree with you, man. 'Cause I don't know you're wrong.
Either this is what's going to happen. He's not going to have time because his cell phone's going to go out on the way to the studio. I know that doesn't make sense, but that'll be one of the excuses used, or someone's going to cock block him. Something
Yeah,
will
I
happen.
think the cock block will probably be in full effect.
It might be, but again, you guys are a national show. You're on every market. It's not as easy just to go out. We don't want to go in and do those guys. You're on every single place in the country.
Kirstie Alley, fat actress. What do you guys think?
Yes, she is.
The show is just awful.
course
It's
it is.
absolutely awful. It's getting horrible reviews. The acting stinks. They're kind of doing like a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing, which is so stupid to try to even copy that format.
Yeah.
But you're going to see a bunch of these shows come out now, just like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Of course. One good concept, 50 ripoffs.
So here it is. Kirstie Alley is poking fun at her own weight problems in the new series Fat Actress. We all know that. But members of the National Eating Disorders Association are biting mad at the show. She's fat, making
Biting
fat
mad.
jokes. End of story. But there's a group out there pissed off that Kirstie Alley, who's fat, is making fun of her fatness because she has a sense of humor.
Why can't these people organize? If they're going to have an organization, why don't you organize and go to a gym?
Yeah.
Why don't you all get together?
Oh, it's never that, no.
Let's meet at 5 and get on a treadmill for a few minutes.
Wait to hear these clips. The head of the Seattle-based organization isn't seeing the humor in Alley's show and believes it might even be harmful to people with eating disorders. The character appears to be suffering from a binge eating disorder, said Lynn, CEO of the association. That's not funny. She's eating a cigarette so she could clear her stomach. It's appalling. I'm meeting people who lost their children to eating disorders. There's nothing funny about eating disorders. There's just no punchline.
What does CEO mean? The current elephant on duty? Fat cunt. Shut your mouth. I don't know why I said that.
Warning, warning. C-word alert, C-word alert. Warning.
I don't drop the C-bomb very often.
In the series, which premiered Monday, well, I think this is an older article, Alley is seen gorging herself, overdosing on laxatives, and sticking a feather down her throat so that she could purge without ruining her manicure. Sorry.
There you go.
The association has gotten... Jimmy, where are you going?
To throw up.
Oh. Where's he going? This is perfect for him. The association has gotten calls and emails complaining about the show. Mm-hmm. What's wrong?
I just said, why don't we get one of these? Like, we have an article like this. We should get, like I said, let's try to get one of these people on the phone.
Oh, that would be nice. Would be nice.
Like, but why not? You know, I mean, if we're going to do an article on the get the spokespeople, I don't want to come on and give their point of view on a radio show.
They probably would.
All right.
Especially if set up like we were sympathetic to their cause.
The Greg and Anthony show, yes.
Yeah.
The Tony and Greg show.
The CEO, Lynn, was very pissed off with the feather scene. I guess Kirstie Alley sticks it down her throat.
You should not make light of bulimia and that sort of thing, the purging and binging, Opie. It's a harmful disease.
You know, but why can you make fun of alcoholism and drug addiction and skinny people, but fat people are out of the question?
That's
I used
right.
to live with an anorexic. She took 60 laxatives a day. I'm not lying. She shit the bed one night when I was sleeping.
Hot.
Dude, I went out with a girl for...
Are you binging and purging over there, Opie? What are you doing?
When I was in college, I went out with her for like a second, man. This girl was knocked down gorgeous. We called her, well, I can't say her name. I shouldn't say her name.
No, sorry.
But we would go to Red Lobster for a really nice meal, and she was rail thin. And she would just...
Red Lobster for a nice meal?
Dude, I was
Did you put your gold teeth in?
I was 20 years old.
That's where the homeboys go for a nice meal.
What's the matter? You couldn't get a reservation at the Sizzler?
You guys are delusional.
All the sangria.
You guys have changed, man.
What?
You don't think there's listeners out there thinking that Red Lobster would be a good meal for them?
Yeah, they work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I was 20 years old.
I used to go to the one on Jericho Turnpike all the time.
Dude, I sold I sold my books in college to get, spending money to drink and
go to Red Lobster
and to go to a Red Lobster, thinking I was going to get laid at the end of it.
Are you
kidding me?
Things are different
Back in
now.
the day, Red Lobster was that's a good date.
You're right. Nice dessert at Baskin Robbins after it.
Yeah. Now it's the Olive Garden. hot place to take
You guys are just not in touch with the common man anymore.
Dude, we certainly are.
I used to go
Anthony's
to Red
bitching
Lobster
and complaining
all
because
the
he has
time.
24 hours to pack for his 10-day cruise. he got the best room available, and he's pissed off that he didn't get the one with the grand piano. He's got like a 2-level suite. And that's his big complaint today, that he's got 24 hours to pack for this unbelievable vacation that he's been looking forward to for 2 years. And I'm trying to share a cute story when I was very poor.
Red Lobster.
And I appreciated the Red Lobster meal when it happened, and today I still appreciate it.
Oh! Today you would never go, no. Yo, give me some more of them shrimp. That's what you got there.
Some catfish.
And to make a long story short, no great ending to the story, but, she would just stuff herself at this one particular time. It happened a few times, but this was the one when I knew.
Yeah.
And she went to the bathroom. She was gone for 15 minutes after we gorged ourselves. And came back, and you just could tell that she was just puking it all up in the bathroom.
Really? I would
Lobster
punch her
salad.
in the fucking face.
You could tell. I could tell in her eye. I mean, you just could tell. And I'm like, what am I getting myself into?
You just watch them push the food around the plate, the anorexics. They don't eat it. They just
You could tell when you kissed her and tasted scallops and bile.
Well, the back of their teeth are always rotting out.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah.
stomach acid that's coming up. Their esophaguses are all messed up.
But they're nice bodies on
And
them.
they sure look good. Those titties look really great until they go a little too far. So I encourage you to continue puking for a little while.
Sure.
Did I ever tell you that I lost a chick to John Stamos, too?
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
That's not bad.
Yeah, I lost
Bad
a
at all.
chick to John Stamos. I was going out with this. She was gorgeous, man.
Do you think he took her to Red Lobster?
Well, what happened was I was doing radio in Rochester, going out with. I mean, she was in a couple magazines. Let's just put it that way. She won some competitions.
Yeah.
And but she was a coke whore. Well, I don't know the whore
Right.
part. Well, I got something, but I didn't have to do the coke.
What's
thing.
the but? Where's the problem?
So, I think I found my my dream woman, except for the little problem she had.
Yeah.
But she was like a 10, so I was like, you don't
can
notice
look,
things.
Look past stuff like coke addiction.
So then she comes down to New York for, I don't know, I'm trying to remember, like a vacation or something.
Yeah.
Ends up hooking up with John Stamos before he was famous.
Oh.
Lost the chick to John Stamos.
Before famous John Stamos?
When he was when he was Blackie
on
the soap
General
operas.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Still a handsome guy, though.
Used to watch that show years ago. Sure.
Anyway, getting back to
Doing anything.
this.
Gave me Red Lobster money.
Getting back to this.
Some of that Red Lobster monies.
And yes, her pictures are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it. Anyway, so Lynn, the CEO of this organization, Anthony, she's pissed off about the feather scene where Kirstie Alley, shoves it down her throat to puke. They're offering advice about purging without ruining your manicure, said Lynn. When I saw that, I thought, oh no, I promise you somebody will try that because people with eating disorders are not thinking clearly.
Apparently not.
Wow.
They can't stop shoving food in their fucking fat faces. They're not thinking clearly.
So then, we got some audio of these organizations bitching about the show. Listen to this one.
The show is insulting to fat people everywhere. I would hope that people would be outraged by this. This is promoting hatred. It's promoting self-hatred and hatred of people that are fat all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they should be
And?
Yeah, point is, what promotes hatred of fat people is a cross-country flight next to one of you. That is what promotes hatred of fat people.
Yeah.
You slovenly gorillas.
People have to understand. If you're fat, you're going to be made fun of.
Yes.
It's just the way it is. That's life. You're going to be made fun of because you're fat. And don't try to pawn it off like she does as a disease. Unless your thyroid is melting down, it's not a disease. There are some people, honestly, but it's such a small percentage of people that are overweight because of some real medical problem.
The disease angle is the same as alcoholism or drug addiction
Right.
in that it is this mania, this obsession. However, being an alcoholic and an addict, I understand the disease, and there has to come a point where you go, you know what? I'm going to do something for myself. You are still consciously making the decision to do nothing for yourself.
Right.
So while there is a sickness element to it, that is an obsession that is beyond rational thinking, you're still making the decision to not help yourself. Or to try.
I don't buy the word disease. They should. You know something? It is something.
Right.
I'll say it's something. So give it another word. But to call it a disease is an insult to somebody that has diseases that they can't just cure by themselves. Yeah, if you're like getting radiation shot into your face to get rid of a disease, that's a disease. If you could just put a Twinkie down and you're cured, that ain't a fucking disease. If you could put the booze bottle down and you're cured.
Wow, you're talking to two addicts.
Wow.
I saw them look at each other like.
Well, no,
I
call
saw
it
them look at
something
each
else.
other. I saw them look at each other like, "Wow, you're gonna speak up?" Or
Call
am I
it an
gonna speak up?
affliction. Call it something else than a disease.
My only disagreement is that you're cured once you put the bottle down because you're the same person underneath. But all that said, there still has to be a decision you make as an individual to not engage in that behavior. No one ever poured booze down my throat. No one ever put drugs in Voss.
Right.
You make that decision to
And you
continue
know when
with
you're doing it
yes.
that it's not a good thing
But
that you're
there's
doing,
certain-
and you should stop.
But there's diseases you can cure but you can't cure alcoholism or addiction. You're always going to be an alcoholic or an addict, and you're always going to. You can arrest
You're
the
using
disease.
the word cure, though. I don't think that word should be used either.
What,
It's not like that. It's something different than a disease. Alcoholism, drug addiction. I don't see it as a disease.
Well, see, fat people too. They compare it to alcoholism or addiction. Like I've given hand jobs for the addiction. Fat people do it for the desperation. They don't do it because they're addicted. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
I wish you.
I just don't see it as a disease.
Did you
something like you say? There's no cure for it because you're always going to have that in your head. But that's why I don't see it as a disease. I see it as some type of, I don't know. Maybe you could call it a mental disorder.
Okay.
Something like that.
There is a physical aspect to it, like the American Medical Association, I believe, is. I don't know if they've officially called it a disease.
Alcoholism they have.
Okay, simply because there is a physical thing where if you stop drinking, and I know guys this happened to. I was in rehab with one of them, and you stop drinking for 15 or 20 years, your progression acts as if you never stopped. You don't pick up where you left off. You pick up as if your body had never stopped. So there is some type of a physical thing there, which may all go back to dopamine in the brain. I really don't know what it is. And maybe the semantics of is it disease, is it this? It doesn't matter. It is something.
I don't know. You know what it is, though? You can't make a conscious decision in your head to not get a tumor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can make a conscious decision in your head to not pick up a drink or
But no,
not pick
some
up
people
food.
can't. Some people can't make
No,
that conscious decision.
everyone can. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I'm an addict and it's so hard. I can't. I got it. You're making a conscious decision. Maybe there's a few people.
Once you're on heroin,
I'll
it's
even
a
give it.
physical decision
I
at
never
some point.
I never want to, cover everybody. I'm sure there are people that are addicts in their life, but I gotta say, most know that when they are putting something in their body, like drugs or alcohol, that they are doing something bad. They shouldn't do it. It's making their life and their body worse. And if they just didn't do it, they wouldn't be doing it. It's that simple.
It is and it isn't. I agree with you about the decision. You are making a decision whenever you pick up. I mean, the bottom line is this: addicted or not, you still know that there's self-help groups out there, there's rehabs, there's hospitals, there's detoxes. No one in modern society doesn't know that. You are making that conscious decision. Like Lady Di, she's an alcoholic, but you know what? She's making the decision to not help herself.
Right.
But there is something that happens once you pick it up that is just it is beyond. They say obsession. It's like an obsession that like rational thought has no power over it. It's like I'm not a victim. When I'm home on a computer, believe you think I don't know that I shouldn't be jacking off for 8 hours? Rationally, I'm a smart guy. I know that, and I get into this zone. And I'm like, I'm high.
Who is that hurting?
That
is such a thing.
No, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that same mental obsession, which
right.
is no one's fault. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame other people for my sickness,
You're
but
like a
it is
monkey.
there.
Yeah, but
like
fat,
a monkey.
But fat people
I
are
really am like a chimp.
Fat people are rewarded in this country for losing weight. They're rewarded. Oh, look, he lost. You know what I mean? Like, what about when you were gaining the weight and just throwing all that garbage down your mouth? TV shows are giving them prizes to lose weight. And,
Well, some of these fat people, they actually they start making themselves believe they don't want to lose weight. And they don't want to be. They stand there and say, "No, I'm proud of who I am, and I walk around. If you don't like it, but you know, deep down, they look at people who aren't fat and want to live life not as an eyesore, walking around. They want to be. Everyone has the want to be normal. You know, where you're not looked at like some kind of freak.
Well, don't you think you're also born with a body type, too? Like, I can't...
To a point.
I can't get as big as Ralphie May if I ate between now and the time I die.
Really?
Yeah,
You think you could get as fat as Ralphie May?
I think there is something to do with his body type, but I think if you had some massive calorie diet and didn't do exercise... anyone, I think, could get that fat if you just lay on a couch.
Up to the size of Ralphie May. I think you're born with a body type, and then it's up to you to figure out, what you're going to do within that body type.
You're cross to bear then. Yeah. If it means you can't have cake and you have to eat maybe vegetables and not, then that's what you have to do. Everyone has the shit you're fed in life. The shit you got to just suck down and eat because that's your lot. That's the hand you were dealt, if I could find another cliche.
You're right. You're right, though.
But that's what you got to deal with. You can make the choice to take that hardship and deal with it, Or you can shove the cake and cookies and crap down your mouth until you're a fat slob.
And the fact is, we all had problems growing up. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of hearing that
Everyone
crap.
has their shit.
Everyone had a tough time growing up.
Right. It's child abuse because kids are force-fed that food when they're little kids. That's the best child abuse when you're feeding a kid that much and that bad.
A lot of times you see a fat kid, you see a fat parent that's feeding them the same crap.
The best was the Snapple lady talking about the reason she is overweight and fat in her adult life is because her parents, when she was 3, decided to have another kid.
Oh, yeah.
That got her so troubled.
Troubled that
she had to get fat.
That's her excuse why she's a fat pig now.
Self-hatred, whatever causes it, is what most of this stuff is based on. You're running away from something. If it's, I have empathy for food addicts because, like, as an alcoholic, as a drug addict, I can't touch it. I'm fucking ruined if I touch it. But food, it's like if you're that addicted to food, it's really hard because you have to eat to survive.
You have to eat a little bit of it, right?
Food is a really tough one, man. As much as like fat groups make me nauseous, I mean there is something to be said for the fact that if I had to do a line of Coke every day, and then that's all I could do, I would be a fucking maniac. So I mean there is something
and jerking around the studio,
absolutely,
sweating, hair all a mess,
gossiping pointlessly about stuff, and opening windows in 5-degree weather while I drop a log the size of a Haitian family.
Well, but most anorexic or eating disorders come from dysfunctional alcoholic families where they're trying to take control as kids, because they're not getting that attention. I feel like a doctor. And they do it with food.
You certainly don't sound like one.
Oh, they do it with food.
Let's play another clip from this fat group, okay?
We need to talk about the imagery of women in Hollywood, why it is so easy and okay for us to laugh at a large-sized person, why aren't we seeing more diversity, and to know that bulimia and anorexia and compulsive eating are serious diseases.
We're not seeing diversity in Hollywood because no one wants to watch that crap.
By the way, Carlin has the best bit on anorexia.
Yeah.
He did it at Live Aid. No, what's it called? Comic Relief?
Yeah.
Because there are all these
Oh, yeah.
Carlin comes out and he goes, what do you say, anorexia? What a disease. Rich cunts don't want to eat? Fuck them. It could be the most brutal moment in comedy I've ever seen. His bit on bulimia, he has a whole bit on, is genius. I'm sure a lot of you have heard it.
Do you think there's, and this point's been brought up plenty of times. I'm not breaking any new ground here, but in impoverished nations, you don't find anorexics or people with bulimia. You don't find it. Where's that disease?
Well,
is there a cure over there that we don't know about?
Well, Anthony, they have a low-fat diet.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you don't find a lot of coke addiction either in tribes because most of them. But the sickness, see, it's not about the substance. Like alcohol, a food addiction, drug addiction, it's all the same thing. That's all the symptoms. The problem, whatever makes you that, you understand that addict?
Yeah.
That I'm sure they have in those nations.
So in some tribe in Africa, it's an addiction to cutting off women's clits.
Whatever, yeah, absolutely, and using them as jaspers.
Here, one more clip.
Laughing because, oh, ha-ha, it's a fat person, isn't that so funny? Diminishes people.
We're not in our cars eating all the time, and we're not talking about how fat we are all the time. We're strong, empowered, loving, alive human beings.
You're not empowered. You're not strong. You're weak.
You're loving and alive, but you're not strong and empowered. You're absolutely right.
Stop it.
You have to admit. That's the way you start to fight addiction. You have to admit that you're finished and it kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah, there you go. It won.
I can't
bow to
drink.
It.
I can't do it. Won and I'm finished. It smashes my fat face every time.
Kicks your ass.
Every time.
Let's go to Carrie in Vegas.
Wonderful booze. Wonderful, strong
morning,
booze.
Fellas.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey there, Squishy Tits. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm eating some yogurt.
Hey,
I'm a bit.
It's on his
being fat is a disease.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh, Carrie? How much do you weigh?
No. It's a muscular disease. Because I have it. My arm muscles keep putting fucking Big Macs in my mouth.
There you go. Very funny.
You stop putting the fucking Big Macs in your mouth, you'll lose weight. It's a simple thing, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but I can barely hear you guys.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys doing a gag to us, or is this real?
No, because I called in. Remember, I called in from the cell phone the other day just to hear it myself.
George, what's
Pat
up?
from Monaki. I hate to eat
guys,
a dead horse.
Good morning.
Go ahead, George.
Norton and Voss, you guys should be jumping up and down. I mean, you guys know better than this. Anthony, you are so damn wrong. It's frightening.
All
it
right.
must be nice to live a life where you don't understand addiction. But for the rest of us that are addicts, whether it's food or drugs, it's something we have to live with every day.
I
but
just
we did explain
don't.
that to him.
I'm not saying it's not. It's nothing. I'm not saying it's anything less than you're saying it is. It absolutely is. I'd be stupid to say it's not. What I'm saying is, it is not a disease.
Just like schizophrenia, you don't get. It's just because it's not a tumor doesn't make it a disease.
But, dude, what do you mean we should be jumping up and down? We are explaining. I'm explaining my point of view, my mania for alcohol. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the medical things that go into it. I just know what happens to me. I don't understand.
I got 13 years of sobriety. Jimmy, you probably got a bunch.
I got 18
years. You know the drill.
Absolutely, but I also understand that what I'm trying to explain, it's hard to explain that the underlying sickness, that the problem, like whether it's booze or drugs or food or gambling, it is all the same. They're all like subheadings under the same illness.
They're a symptom of you.
It's impossible to explain to somebody who does not
Look,
have
no, you've explained it fine. I can understand it. Believe me, sir, I understand. And I agree. I think it's an insult to people with diseases to call it a disease.
It isn't, but why can't you call it a disease?
It's a semantics argument.
It is a semantics argument.
Anthony doesn't feel it's a disease. I know medically it has been classified one, but to me, it doesn't matter either way. That's irrelevant as to what they call it. You understand what I mean? I don't care. Like, some people want to accept that it is, it's okay to me either way. I don't care. I just know I have it, and I know what it does to me.
Well, but the fact that the reason it's called it for some reason, too, is also for insurance reasons and for rehabs and stuff.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that, but I'm just
I think eating is probably harder to change your behavior than drugs or alcohol.
I agree.
We can go through a day without drugs or alcohol. You have to eat.
That's what I'm saying
being
before.
Able to change that, Jimmy. Don't take a drink, don't take a drug. I know that, but I can't not eat during the day.
Well, I was just saying that a couple minutes ago. I mean, I do have empathy for people, but as you know, as an addict as well, there is a decision we have to make to go, look, like when I quit smoking, I quit off, like a thing that happened in the Opie and Anthony. I had the moment of clarity, and I stopped, and I was going to finish the pack, and Anthony actually said to me, just put the fucking things down. And, dude, it was such disgust in his voice. Well, I said, I'm going to have one more cigarette, which normally doesn't work with an addiction, but I had one more cigarette. I went down to the cellar. I made the decision. Esty helped me. She took me, got the patch. I did the patch program the way it was suggested that I do it, and I had the willingness to quit. So you know what I mean? We have to make that decision.
But also, too, you say you have to eat, but also you could eat right. There's a difference between eating healthy and eating, bunt cakes all day long.
Yeah, see, that's the
argument. You should be able to drink right.
No. That's not the same argument.
No,
I know.
I'm with Voss because I see these people in the supermarkets like, okay, you're fat, you need to eat, you have some kind of fucking chemical imbalance, whatever you want to call it, an addiction. But why are you, filling up your cart with Enamins?
I've seen.
Because at the end of the day, guys, it's an addiction. And Jimmy,
you're right.
But hold on. What'd you say, dude? You say what?
You end up, you and I, we all know that, I suffer from the same kind of addiction, Jimmy, that you do, sitting in front of a computer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You replace one with another.
Yeah, substitution.
One of the biggest problem is you can't really, trying to change addictive behavior takes a lifetime.
No, but wait a second. Didn't you say, but you still have to eat on a daily basis if you're a food addict, right? Obviously, you have to eat. I don't have to drink every day. But if I have to eat, I'm going to make a choice. Do I want to lose weight and eat right, or am I going to take 10 Oreo cookies and put peanut butter on them and then something else? If you're going to have to eat, you might as well eat right, and that's how you're going to lose weight.
Yeah, there's willpower, man.
To
a point. I mean, when you're making conscious decisions to eat nothing but junk and Big Macs and all that, and then hide behind the excuse that you're addicted to food, that's ridiculous.
I can't have a drink. I can't have a drug. If I have one, I'm done.
But now George brought up the point before about you have to eat food, you don't have to do drugs. He said if you have one drink, it's over. But if you eat food, you have to eat every day. Jimmy, you take cold medicine, right?
Not with alcohol.
No, I know, but you do take cold medicine, which is
like Comtrack or something like a
pill.
Yeah,
and somebody who's a drug addict, they can take some over-the-counter drugs because they're reasonable people that know what limitations there are. What I'm saying is it's the same thing with food. You can look at the food and say, I could take a healthy type of food. Right. I don't have to binge because I'm an addict. You know, if you're a drug addict, you could still take some over-the-counter drugs and not go into this full-blown relapse.
Well, if you melt it down and shoot it, then that's a problem.
Right.
You're right. But
NyQuil by the bottle.
Medication and stuff like that, I mean, that's a very individual thing. And it's like, that's a real tough decision sometimes. Like, when you got to take, I very rarely will I ever take a narcotic. Unless I have absolute pain, like if they provide, and I'll always take less than I have to. It's all motives. It's all like, what are my motives? Am I doing this? And you can only lie to yourself. You want to lie to yourself, go ahead. But if I'm taking something because I'm genuinely sick and I'm genuinely in pain, but I can't mess with alcohol cough medicine.
And if they say
I can't do it.
If they say, the doctor says 1 every 4 hours, and you're taking 7 every 4 hours, then you're made a conscious decision to relapse. That's basically.
Well, I see it as some kind of mental disorder or affliction.
That's
I don't
not
see
wrong,
it
dude. You're
as,
not wrong.
I don't see it as this physical disease.
It's both. There is a physical combination, too, though.
All right, let's go to Scott in Jersey. Scott.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
Listen, I'm all over what Anthony's got to say. It's just bullshit. You got to make a decision. It's a disease or an addiction, And like Anthony says, you can't tell somebody that's got cancer that I'm fat because I got a disease. It's just bullshit.
Well, dude, I'm not saying even you're wrong, but there are different kinds of diseases. Like, you have to understand, if there's no physical thing, why do people die going through alcohol withdrawals? I mean, why do people shake until they have a first drink? There is a physical element to this sickness. It's not just a bunch of dumbbells who can't say no.
I'm saying
there's
there's something physical to it, but it's the alcohol. It's the drug. It's not some enzyme it's not something your body is creating on its own. It's the alcohol and the drugs you put in it and the body's reaction to it detoxing itself. It's what you put in it that's screwing it up, that's making the shakes.
See, that's what we're making the shakes, but what actually causes the mania for the alcohol or the mania or all this stuff goes way beyond the actual substance. And they're actually starting to look. I don't know what it is that makes you physiologically. We don't know that yet. We know tumors, cancer, but look at all the things we don't know about cancer. Why do you get it if you don't smoke? There's a million things about cancer we don't know. A lot of stuff about alcoholism and drug addiction we don't know, but they're starting to think that it's something, a chemical release in the brain. So what if they find out, let's just play devil's advocate, and find out that it is a physical thing that happens that causes you to develop this type of a thing that
it's hereditary.
Develop some kind
it can be, yeah.
Alcoholism's hereditary.
It's what?
It's hereditary.
I heard hereditary.
I said hereditary.
You left the H off hereditary.
It's only a letter. It's only a letter.
All right, Henry Higgins.
You really are an homo.
It's hereditary, Ain't it, governor?
We got Itch Voss in the studio today. Jesus. I thought I was dead. Oh, my God.
Hereditary.
I at least try to pronounce the letters.
Some motherfucker.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow, it's hereditary.
All right, let's go to Brandy.
Well, you're no doctor.
Brandy's from Oklahoma, 5'4", 180 pounds. Brandy.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Wow, I can hear the fatness through the phone.
Oh.
Be nice.
She sent an email with gravy on it.
Go ahead, sweetheart,
I
talk.
guess it's really good I can't hear you.
No, what's okay? It's okay.
I just want to say that last caller was such a douche.
Why?
I agree with Anthony completely.
Ooh.
I've had drinking issues, and I knew to put it down because I was on the road to becoming a horrible alcoholic. I've been fat all my life, but you know what? I know to put the damn Twinkie down sometimes.
Not if you're still fat.
Yeah, but not all the time do I put the Twinkie down.
And by the way, knowledge is no defense.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I knew smoking was bad, but I continued to do it. So knowledge is nice to have, but it's not an action.
Do you drink every once in a while, though? Have a wine or something?
No.
Not at all?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I have not drank in probably about 4 to 5 years.
How about marijuana?
Nope. I am a smoker, though, which makes it even worse. It's like I just transfer my addiction, and that's all it is an addiction.
You know, how come the addictions are always for great stuff? Let me tell you something. Smoking rocks, kids. It feels good. It's cool. Don't let them kid you. It does make you look cool. And it's just a fun thing to do with your hand while you're drinking in a bar somewhere. It's very good. Things that make people fat. You don't see these fatties that are my addiction. You don't see them wailing down huge piles of broccoli and red bell peppers. It's always the sweet stuff, the stuff that tastes good.
alcohol, drugs. That shit makes you feel great.
That may
same with sugar too. It's that instant.
Yeah,
but
well,
that kind of comes from what I was saying.
Why isn't anyone addicted to putting a hammer across their face a few times a day?
Well, that may be.
Some
That may.
people are.
Well, a lot of people
Oh,
are.
they're
A lot
out
of people
here.
have amputee sicknesses. They cut their own fingers off. I mean,
Yeah.
there's you know.
They cut themselves too.
Yeah,
Cutters,
absolutely.
or
Cutters. It's
Yeah,
all-
but
it's a mental
for the
thing.
most part, you find
Yeah.
a lot of people with these addictions are fat people because they like the taste of cake.
Yeah.
But once it goes beyond, and that's where you're right. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of addiction. You got to give it to addiction. It knows what it's doing. It ropes you in with this great shit. But when you're drinking and missing work, when you've lost your wife, when you're gambling and you lose your house, no intelligent person says this. You continue long after the party was over, and that's what the addiction is. That's what the sickness is. It's like, believe me, if I could just fucking drink and have a good time, and I got silly last night, I farted and pointed at someone and laughed. But, you know, when I was drinking and cutting myself with a razor and going, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm still drinking. That's the mania. That's the insanity. Nobody wants to drunk drive and kill people, and yet people do it and they continue to drink. It's insanity.
That's
it's
what
lunacy.
That's what Beecher was in
Good
for.
point,
in Oz.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it goes long beyond where the party stops.
All right, Brandy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I have recently found the Opie and Anthony diet.
Oh.
And my goal is to lose all the weight I can so I can play What's in My Pants.
That's
Oh,
right.
nice.
We make you sick.
Thank
make you-
I need that. Just
The
call
Opie
me
and Anthony
fat.
diet
I fucking love it.
is you have sex with Jim Norton, and whatever he gives you causes you to lose weight long beyond where you want to.
I love you, Norton. You're
Robe
fucking
not
Thank you,
included.
Thank y'all. Bye. Posting out.
Brandy, we hear this feather thing helps though, as far as purging out all the food.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah, that's what I learned today. For all
Absolutely.
those fatties out there looking for a new way to
And
for a new way to lose weight.
Those those people complaining, whatever that organization, how come they don't complain about those shows like Biggest Loser? You're still making fun of fat people trying to,
It's all just a freak show. Freddie B. from Philly, what happened to the phrase bad habit? Remember when it was just a bad habit?
Yeah.
Now everyone's got groups and organizations, and they're empowered. And it used to just be, yeah, that guy's got a bad habit. You got to kick it. Why don't you kick that habit? God damn, good.
Let's go to
Very
Clay
good.
in Vegas. Clay. Nah, he hung up. All
A
right.
bad habit only because there are people that when they're drug addicted enough will suck a cock to get and that goes a little beyond bad habit.
Yeah.
Nobody puts the dick of a stranger in their mouth to fund a bad habit.
That looks like a bad habit over there. My goodness, look what he's doing. Gotta kick that.
You don't need drugs so bad. You're like, all right, come here. All right, thank you for the 20. That's a bad habit.
Oh, Jesus.
Picking your nose is a bad habit.
All right. Picking jism out of it.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a quick break?
All righty.
The phones have exploded. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane.
Nuts. It's crazy.
Got a kiss.
We got to play a little clip from Jim Norton's Yellow Discipline CD. When's the new CD coming out?
A couple of weeks, man. It's being pressed right now. The booklets are the part that take the longest. You have to staple them together.
Yeah.
It's being worked on.
Go to eatabullet.com
Did
for
you-
info on Jim Norton's latest CD.
Did you ever see my
Listen.
DVD yet? Have you looked at the DVD?
I only saw the
Rich
cover.
Voss?
It was great. I heard it was very funny.
At richvoss.com, you've seen it?
No, I haven't gone to richvoss.com in a long time, but I hear it's a very good site.
I'm going to sell it this week in Cleveland at the Improv.
Oh,
Probably at the Improv.
There you go. Rich Voss in studio. Or Itch Voss.
It's Voss.
Itch Voss.
You doing the improv?
in Cleveland.
Fucking hereditary. Don't ever try to counsel somebody again. Just point at yourself and go, I'm doing okay. That's what you do. This is how you know Voss is about to say something stupid, because I wish you guys could see. But he does this thing where he puts his hands out and he gets like stiff, and his head nods and he makes eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
And he's gearing up, and you're like, oh boy, here comes a fucking blunder. Because it's not that Voss is dumb. It's just that he gets so... It's like when he has the floor and he's about to have an intelligent thought, he just panics, and it just doesn't come out like he means it
Something
to.
happens from the brain to the mouth, and it just
I don't know if it's a
short-circuits.
disease
It's a disease.
or a
It's
bad habit.
disease.
Voss is smart. In front of the mirror, he's had these conversations. I'm telling you, addiction is that, and he's a genius in front of that mirror. But as soon as there's another person, that steam just comes out, and
He should win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Colin always says about Voss that it's rare that somebody who's so dumb is so funny. You never see that combination. That Voss is so quick. He couldn't be dumb to be that fast.
That's true. That's funny.
I was eating a banana before, and Boss goes, "You want me to put that through a hole in the wall?" Which I didn't care for. However, it was very funny.
It was very hurtful.
Yeah, it was very wounding.
Here's Norton from Yellow Discipline.
Just can't stand this phony niceness. That's why I like Southwest Airlines. The only airline I really support emotionally. Ever since they booted those big fat people off the plane. Yeah, good for them. I'm not talking, these are not people. I'm not saying that somebody that's 300, 325. It's America. We eat good. I overindulge. We all do. You ever see somebody so fat it makes you angry? Like you want to grab them by their 12 XL shirt. How did you get so fat? And I'm talking in the area of 700, 750. You know, like you ever see somebody so fat they sit on the couch, their legs stick straight out? If you have legs like baby arms, change your eating habits. And of course, we're such a pathetic, litigious society. You know, you sue for everything now. They're suing the airlines. You know, we don't think we should have to pay for 2 seats. Yeah, well, I don't think I should be uncomfortable because you're repressing childhood rape memories with pure fat and carbohydrates. You don't want to pay for 2 seats? Fine. Hire a horse trailer to pull you to your destination. And hang your fat jowls out the back and chew oats for 3,200 miles, you monster with no willpower. You're a good crowd, man.
The National Board of Health and Lucky Fella brand suppositories bring you Your Body and You, hosted by famed sexual behavior expert Professor Jim Norton.
I'm a perv and I'm weird, but I'm straightforward.
Professor Norton outlines his very hands-on approach to sexual education.
Wait till your kids are sleeping and just lay over one of them. They won't know.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
For example, the art of foreplay.
The first thing I do is go to the bathroom and take one of those 8 decibel shits.
Oral sex.
Why?
Sexual experimentation.
I was performing Tushalingas.
And sexually transmitted diseases.
I wish I had AIDS so I could bite somebody.
And for the grown-ups, there's also a segment on marriage counseling.
Honey, you're 41. Can I finally have the balloon knot?
He'll also stress the importance of lubrication.
You want it to sound like when your muddy boot gets stuck? Like a quagmire?
Another word to the wise from Professor Jim Norton.
Remember, on the face.
XM202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice long break to take a leak to.
It was, though.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
That's what I mean.
The ONA virus spreading across America, coming off the premium channel, April 2nd. If you know someone that owns XM, you might want to tell them for us. We're going to need the help. Any way we could get it. And don't forget, Thursday we broadcast live from the Hard Rock Cafe right here in New York City. I'm hearing things. I'm hearing that people are traveling from very far distances to join us for the live broadcast Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Should be a lot of fun.
57th Street between 7th and Broadway, yes. And we'll be there from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. broadcasting. Then I'm sure we'll stay after that to fool around and have a good time. So
for the early morning drinking crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Das ja.
That ought to be nice, huh?
We got to say hi to Mr. Skin, man. We were ranting and raving about him the other day.
Yeah.
We were having so much fun with MrSkin.com. Actually, it was last week. Mr. Skin.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, not much.
We love your site.
Yeah, I know. I heard last week when you were looking at all the babes.
Yeah, we like the girl from Swimming Pool, man.
Yeah, Ludivine Senior. She has probably the best tits and, well, she's a Frenchie, but she has probably the best breasts I've seen in a while.
Amazing. Opie turned me on to that movie, and while I was watching it, just one of those classic nude scenes in a movie.
Yeah, really fast. You know, Ant and I will always turn each other on to movies. So I go, Ant, you got to see Swimming Pool. He's like, well, what's it about? I go, I don't know.
Right.
It's one of those movies I could care what it's about.
Right, exactly. And it's, but you know, the foreign movies, the French stuff or UK, they always have tons of nudity. But and you know what? A lot of guys don't know who she is. But if you go look at the pictures of her, you'll fall in love.
Yeah, it seems like in the last few years, I mean, nudity was always something that was kind of taboo, and yet, like, when things are kind of going on now, it's like, you know.
Well, actually, I think, like, the 70s were the best for nudity. They had, you know, there were tons of drive-in movies. There were tons of just, you know, they'd have, you know, 18, 19-year-old high school girls, shower scenes, full frontal nudity, and that continued into about 83, 84, 85. Remember, like, the Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Porky's days. And then,
yeah, then what happened?
Well, PG-13 killed it because what happened was, like, in the 90s, and especially in the last couple of years, so many movies are PG-13 now, and the problem is you can have, like, car crashes, violence, guys dying, and it's a PG-13, but if someone flashes a breast, they make it an R movie, and they do, the PG-13 rating means that, you know, obviously you can have a bigger audience, so the movie companies are going for PG-13 because more and more people could see those movies.
That's too bad, man. I loved when I was growing up, you go to these movies and you got to see the breast shot.
No,
I watched that.
Bush. I mean, that's the thing. Like, they'd have, you know, movies in the, you know, Porky's with those girls, like, in the shower. You just, it's very rare to get full frontal nudity in American movies. You get it. I mean, it happens, but it's just rare.
Big nasty muffs back then.
Oh, yeah. They had a lot of retro Bush back then.
Retro Bush.
Hey, what were those great movies about the prisons? There was always those chick movies like...
Well, Chained Heat.
Chained Heat, yes.
Yeah, they had Dean Wormer was the prison warden, and he had a hot tub in his office. I mean, that's a good...
Nice.
You know you're going to have a good movie. And Linda Blair, remember Linda Blair?
Oh, yeah.
Had her breasts in that, and they were surprisingly large. I mean, that was a great movie.
Yeah, we all were surprised that when we found out how big they were. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, exactly, because she was like, no one had seen her for a couple of years. All of a sudden, she's in this movie and has these gigantic cans.
You know, there were some great movies back in the olden days when you know, HBO first popped up. Was they used to play these movies like Cheerleaders. And what was some of the other ones? Fairy Tales was another one. It was this whole softcore porno of classic fairy tales.
Yeah, they were like the R-rated version of porn movies. They'd cut out the porn and just play them. Well, that was great, and that's when I got hooked on celebrity nudity. I got in like 1980 in the fall, we got a VHS and cable at the same time, and I just start taping every night 2 or 3 movies, and the next morning I'd wake up and edit the nude scenes on the videotapes. But back then they didn't have a lot to choose from, so you'd get these like Italian sex comedies and 70s drive-in movies, but they always featured tons of nudity. It was great.
Yeah.
You ever see the I used to love to whack my bag on Showtime at night. HBO didn't seem to show these as much. Like the Confessions of a Window Washer, like the Emmanuel series.
Those are UK movies, but yeah, they had a million of them.
Remember the Emmanuels with Laura Gemser?
Oh yeah.
And Sylvia Christel.
Yep.
Very sexy movies.
How about Oz?
Loved them.
Oz. Oh God.
What do you? Now you've been doing this for how many years?
Well, I launched the website in August of 1999. I used to work at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and I quit that job to put the site together. And I remember when I launched it, I had one tech guy and me, and I remember thinking, man, I hope, you know, I get some people to check the site out. I'll probably do this for a couple of months and go back to work. And now we have an office here in Chicago. I got like 34 dudes working for me, and we get about 4.5 million people to the website. And yeah, like I have the greatest job in the world. It's a riot.
It's amazing that there is such a demand. People love seeing their favorite celebrities naked.
Right. Well, you know, it is like and we do have there is some porn at the site if it's like Paris Hilton or Pam Anderson, that kind of thing. But
sticking with the theme.
And the thing is, it's not really a porn site; it's an R-rated site. But the thing is, celebrities get like guys. If you grew up watching television, and let's say you were a fan of Ginger from Gilligan's Island, it's cool to know that she was naked in a movie.
Yeah.
You know, she had a movie called Mean Dog Blues, and it comes down to recognition. Porn chicks are naked from start to finish, and you expect them to be nude. Celebrities, you know, you don't always expect them to be nude, and it's kind of fun to find it.
It really is. Like, there is an obsession with it. It's something that it's so much cooler than a porn star or just some anonymous girl to be naked, to see celebrities and go, wow, she was, you know, naked in a movie.
I could give you guys a great example. You know, on the television show Family Ties, Meredith Baxter.
Right. Yeah.
She played the mom.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, she did this made-for-TV movie. It was like made-for-cable TV in 1994 called My Breath.
Right.
Now, I had always watched Family Ties and thought, she's got some big cans. I'd love to see them. And thinking, she's never going to be in an R-rated movie. Well, in this movie, it's kind of sick because is supposed to have breast cancer, but you got to remember she's just acting.
That she really doesn't, yeah.
But she goes to the doctor's
Oh,
office.
wow. We're looking at the clips now on MrSkin.com.
Amazing.
Wow, look at the size of that thing. I never thought I'd see the mom of Family Ties topless.
Right. And there's tons and tons of examples of that stuff. You name any actress, and chances are one of them in their past has done something good.
Yeah,
and,
it does seem odd.
This is one that really blew me away.
It does seem odd that like it seems like every single actress in Hollywood has done nude. Is there one that you would like to see nude but just haven't been able to find a picture?
Well, you know, the one is Nikki Cox from Vegas. I always wanted. I'm hoping she'll get naked. She's only in her early 20s, so she's got time. But like,
well, we could call Jay Moore for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's been hanging with her, right? A historic one I always wanted to see nude was Raquel Welch. You'd think that she would have been naked because she was in so many movies in bikinis and underwear, but she never got naked.
Really? There's no naked shot of her, huh?
Yep, never been naked in the movie.
Wow, that's really odd. You would think she was naked in something.
Exactly.
Obviously, Jennifer Lopez I'd love to see naked.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, she was naked in Money Train with Wesley Snipes.
Oh,
now,
Money Train.
She's an example of before she was famous, like it was her first movie, no one knew her. She had to take the role, and she got naked, showed her breasts in that. But
they show her ass
now
or
that
no?
She's famous, she doesn't get naked.
Did they show her hiney in that, dude, or no?
No, and that's what bummed me out. I kind of wanted to see the big caboose, but she did show her breasts.
Hey, who would you say is the most popular nude actress on the site? Like, who do people really go to see?
I'd say Alyssa Milano, historically, is
she's
right
always
up there. I mean, Jennifer Lopez and Salma Hayek are there. You know, it varies, like, if something's going on. Like, last month, Candice Michelle, the GoDaddy girl from the Super Bowl commercial, was up there. But she's, like, kind of a one-month wonder. But historically, Alyssa Milano's always in the top 10. You know, Paris Hilton in the last year has been popular. But J-Lo and Salma Hayek are always up there, too.
Yeah, those are big ones.
I like Gina Lollobrigida.
Gina Lollobrigida? How old are you, Rich?
Jesus, who else do you want to see naked? You want to see Audrey Hepburn, you 50-year-old idiot?
Helen Hayes.
Who do you have popped up there?
The Super Bowl girl.
Wow.
Look at
Holy
that. From
Jesus
GoDaddy.
Palomino. Look at the body on this woman.
Yeah, could you believe this nudity she did? This was like a series on, it was like on Cinemax, one of those late-night Cinemax things called Hotel Erotica. Like, it's a series just dedicated to nudity, which is stuff you see on Cinemax all the time. But she did everything in this thing. It's total full frontal nudity.
Rich is breathing heavy, or is that just how you're breathing into the microphone?
That's the matter, Rich. Did they pass by Eleanor Roosevelt?
Big breasts, Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt had some big ones.
I heard she was gay, too.
Lesbian.
Yeah.
And then there's just the famous scenes like, Phoebe Cates, of course. In
Oh, yeah, well, I consider Phoebe Cates in Fast Times the greatest mainstream nude scene in movie history.
Absolutely.
That one is, that was like a coming-of-age movie for me. When I saw that in slow motion, I was blown away.
Probably, yeah, one of the most memorable tit scenes in a movie.
Oh, yeah, no
And now I'm looking at the cover of your book, and my goodness, I'm seeing Marcia Brady here.
Yeah, well, 64 minutes in the Texas Lightning, a 1980 movie. This is one of the first movies I taped on cable TV. I'm sitting there, and I see a big N in the cable guide for the movie Texas Lightning, and I see Maureen McCormick starring in it, and I'm thinking, there's no way in hell she's showing anything. And it's a quick flash. It's not much, but it's Marcia from the Brady Bunch showing her breasts.
And that's all you need is a quick flash to get it on your site.
That's all I need.
Yeah, just kind of steal that frame.
Well, here it is, Anthony.
Let's take a quick look. Yeah, there's her breast.
Wow, look at that.
There it is, Marcia.
Yeah, she's the only Brady to show breasts, and just so you guys know, Alice never got naked. So.
Oh, Alice never did? Damn it. Another one we'll wait for.
Yeah.
And then I see on the cover also, she was a surprise when she grew up because you saw her in Labyrinth as a kid. Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah, well, you know what? She's lost some weight in the last couple of years, but back in, 1990 when she did the movie The Hot Spot before she was famous, she has probably the nicest, she's like 34 Ds, all natural. There's a scene where she's at a beach with her sister, and you guys...
Oh, my God!
Yeah, look at those.
Yeah, dude, look at those, right?
Wow.
Jennifer Connelly.
Who's that, the one on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the one on the right, the one on the left.
Wow.
Looking very, very good. Who are a couple of your personal favorites?
Well, definitely Phoebe Cates. I'm a big Pam Grier fan. I like the blaxploitation from the 70s.
Really?
Another one. I'm a big, huge breast guy. Modern girls, I'd say Angelina Jolie is definitely one of the hottest. And what I like about Angelina Jolie is she's not only, considered a good actress, but she's been naked like 8 or 9 times. She's only 29 years old. So that's pretty rare with an American actress.
She's a goer.
Who's the one that was in the pool with Matt Dillon, that movie with Matt Dillon, the lesbian scene? The real hot one.
Denise Richards, yeah. Yeah.
You know what's a really sexy one? You ever see Brooke Shields' older stuff when she was nude?
Oh, yeah.
Brooke Shields. You mean the real old stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
The vintage Brooke.
Yeah, that's one we decided not to put at the website.
Have there been any that you've decided not to put on for any
No,
reason?
well, if they're under, 16 or 17, no, but there's, I have scary ones at the site. You could see, like, Cameron Manheim's been naked, but probably the all-time scariest is Jessica Tandy when she was 84 years old.
All right, let's go to it. Hold on a minute.
Now, what movie was that?
A movie called Camellia. To put it in perspective, it was 4 years after Driving Miss Daisy.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go, boys and girls.
4 years after Driving Miss Daisy.
Hold on to your hats.
Wow, she was a
Camilla? All right, let's
that's
take
some
a look.
wrinkly bunnage.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was me in South Beach.
Yeah, Rich, isn't that the woman you were making out with in South Beach? You freak. Yeah, look at that. Who was the other one? What's her name that ended up that
Kathy
hot tub
Bates?
scene?
Yeah, Kathy Bates and About Schmidt was another scary one.
What
we
an
don't
awful.
discriminate when it comes to nudity. We show it off.
Well, you got to show the bad with the good.
Yeah, because everyone does like
Kinda
a freak
like
show.
a car accident. You drive
Yeah,
by, you don't
of
want to look,
course.
but you got to take a peek.
Hey, none of them show pink, do they?
No, luckily.
I'd love to see some of them.
You get there's the famous leg crossing scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharon. I'd
Sharon
say that
Stone.
You can't see anything, can you?
Leg
You can, in a
crossing
freeze
scene is
frame.
Probably the most famous nude scene in movie history. What was cool, like when DVDs became popular in the mid to late 90s, that was like the first thing you wanted to check out on DVD, because you know how like when you used to pause on VHS,
Oh, it was
and it'd be
awful.
real squiggly and you couldn't really see. All of a sudden, you had a DVD, Sharon Stone leg cross. You get a nice freeze frame, crystal clear. It was outstanding.
Yeah, well, we're punching up. There it is. That's her.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
She's right there. Look at getting a little close up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a complete gas shot. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was full lip service.
Yeah. Any other memorable
That
lip
is
services
sexy.
like that in movie history there that we
Well,
can look at?
there's a girl named Susan Blakely. I don't know if you remember her.
Oh, I
from
remember
Rich
Susan
Man,
Blakely.
Poor Man in the 70s.
Wait,
Sure.
What, from what?
Susan
Rich
Blakely.
Man, Poor
Oh, yeah,
Man.
okay.
Remember that
I remember the show.
miniseries? Susan Blakely. This isn't as big a name, obviously, but she did a movie in 1975 called Capone, and this was an unintentional lip slip where she's in bed and she swings her leg up and you get full lippage.
Does she have nice lips?
Yeah, they're very nice.
I think we're trying to pop that one up now. We remember Susan Blakely. When you see her face, it's like, oh, yeah, that chick.
Mr. Skid, I noticed you have Sheryl Crow up there. That's your latest find, huh?
Yeah, well, we have a link to the Sheryl Crow pics. I had to say, from the start, I don't put paparazzi pics at the site because it's just a big headache legally and all. But if anything big happens like Sheryl Crow, we have a link always to go check it out. And I have a ton of good paparazzi stuff in my personal collection. We just don't put it at the website.
Really? Nudes? Who do you have nude from paparazzi?
Well, like Lindsay Lohan is a great example. Natalie Portman from Star Wars. She was sunbathing topless, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. I collect it just like anyone else.
Well, Sheryl Crow, what's the story there? Because a lot of people are talking about that.
Yeah, she was changing for an event, and some dude, some guy must have been up in a tree or something. She was in Malibu, I guess, and she was just doing a wardrobe change. And you know how those assistants just stand around with blankets? Well, they didn't do too good a job, and some guy from, with a telephoto lens got some nice shots. And what's cool about this is she's never been naked in a movie or even been caught naked before like this. So these first ever nudes are always fun.
Rick, you're annoying everyone out in Radio Land with your heavy breathing, by the way.
Yeah, God.
Oh, my God, it's awful.
Isn't it awful?
Yeah, she's got some pointer sisters.
It's amazing, like celebrities, they get kind of pissed off. People want to see them naked, but it's like Sheryl Crow or a lot of these performers kind of pride themselves on being sexual and being very sexually attractive. It's like you can't blame the public for wanting to, catch a look.
Right, and sometimes
Sure.
they don't always look as good as you'd hope,
Right. How about Katie Holmes?
Yeah, she did a movie called The Gift in 1999. You guys want to pull these up because I think she has some of the nicest breasts. Like the 34Cs, natural, and it's the only movie to see her naked, but she really looks great.
Yeah, I remember that movie. Sure. Classic moment against the against the car.
Sure. Wow.
That's pretty nice. You got any Dakota Fanning?
Who's that? What about I don't know. Well, Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek used a body double in Desperado. Someone's saying.
No, well, she actually, some of it was her, some of it was a body double, but it was her. But Desperado's okay for Selma Hayek. Check out Frida, a movie she did in 2002. She plays this Mexican painter, Frida Kahlo, who was like
with the one brow.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't mind the unibrow, she has some great lesbo action, really nice breast shots in this too. So
Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk
Till Dawn, she looks great too. Remember that one?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Frida pictures.
Mr. Skin, can you think of any celebrities that had like really big areolas?
Well, go check out Tatum O'Neal.
Ooh.
She has probably the funkiest fun bags I've ever seen.
Why?
Really?
She did a movie called Circle of Two in 1980, and she's like all areola. It's like, you know what I'm saying, where you have those breasts where it's just totally dominated by the areola.
You know who had the weirdest looking breasts in movie history? Apollonia. No, Apollonia from the Godfather. Remember that, her?
Oh, wait.
I don't know the actress's name. That was her name in
oh, my God, she's got African boobs.
Oh, you looking at Tatum O'Neal?
Tatum O'Neal. Wow, that's really odd.
Yeah, isn't that weird looking?
That is really weird.
But actually,
the one looks like it's a tumor.
Those actually don't even look like areolas. I think those are black and blue marks where Ryan punched her.
Yeah, you were talking about the girl from The Godfather.
Yeah.
Simonetta, she played Apollonia. Yeah, Simonetta Stefanelli.
Yeah.
Those are a little funky, but I still think Tatum O'Neal's are some of the weirdest I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is weird.
Irene Cara's blow them all away.
Oh, the girl from Fame.
You guys got Irene Cara on your site? Is she on there?
Yeah, she probably is.
We might have
Who are you
finally
looking
stumped
for?
him. Irene Cara.
Yeah, she did a movie called Certain Fury. You could see her topless.
Fame, too. Where she takes the top off for that audition.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go to Irene Cara.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. She does.
Yeah, you're right. She definitely has funky ones.
Very odd breasts, right?
He's playing along also.
What?
I'm sure he's on a computer.
Oh,
playing
yeah,
along at home.
Well, he's got a staff of 34.
We're looking at Irene Cara
Somebody's
right now.
helping him today.
Jimmy seems to think she's got really horrific breasts.
They're
We'll
horrific.
take a look-see.
I like them, actually.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, all right, that famous.
Oh, those are the ones Jimmy likes.
Yeah, those are awful. those are just awful.
Where she's on the video screen crying.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Horrible. Mr. Skin, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, and I'm glad you guys love the site. I enjoy when you guys are checking out pics. It's a lot of fun.
Who doesn't love the site? Have you had any problems with people, these snooty types trying to shut you down or anything?
Nah, you know, before I launched this website, I went to a good IP attorney in Chicago, and I said, look, I'm not going to spend all this money and time and launch this thing and get it shut down. Show me what I have to do to make it legal, and that's why I don't have the paparazzi pics. And it's really a review site. We're reviewing the movies, and then we are allowed to show certain portions to back up our review.
It just so happens
the nudity, but over time, the movie companies have been really cool because I give so much promotion to their movies on the radio, and the fact we get 4.5 million people to the site a month that they send me screeners ahead of time to promote it. So it's been really cool. We have never had any trouble like that.
Great, man. Well, love the site. Thank you, sir.
Did we lose him, Mr. Skin?
Hey, guys.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
Yeah, we wanted to just say thanks for coming on, man.
No,
thanks.
It was great being on your show. Thanks a lot.
All right, it's MrSkin.com.
Cool.
There you go, Skin.
Skin. What a great idea. See, there's an American success story right there. The guy's working for a living, decides, I think people want to see celebrity tits. And puts a site together, and now he's got people working for him, making the economy run.
You would have thought that someone came up with that idea before.
1999? Yeah, you would think before 99.
You would think that someone would have had a popular site by then.
People probably had celebrities naked with other naked things, but he had the foresight to put it all in one spot. All your naked celebrities right here in one spot.
We check out that site every day during the show, so when we're bored.
What a great money-making opportunity the Internet was. Can't really do it anymore. It's like everything's been done, I guess. Oh, there's Alyssa Milano.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a set.
Perfect.
Jeez. She has hairy arms. I met her once. The day I met Ozzy, actually, on TV a few years ago. She was there on that set, too, doing the interview.
Was it wispy, and when you touched it?
No, it was dark. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Dark?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Probably got a big, nasty, thatched roof down there.
Dude, I was peeking at Oz. I didn't get her.
Oh, wow.
Look at that
That's
ass
a good
shot.
shot of her.
Solid.
All right.
Mr. Skin. Gotta love it.
Want to take a quick break?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take a
They're
quick
giving
break.
this guy Nichols bail?
No.
No, I'm just
Stop it.
Just wanted to
Wow.
say something outrageous.
That was outrageous, all right. Please.
His angel was all over the tube yesterday and today.
Did you read some of the transcript of her statement?
Yeah, she's delusional.
Why?
She, I don't know. Sounded like everything that happened like they said. God brought him to her. She was able to talk him down.
Yeah. Look at the judges behind a bulletproof window.
Yeah, who's this judge? Hamna, hamna, hamna. Hamna, 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 hamna.
Can you imagine, though? Because he caught up with her at 2 in the morning. So I had been watching that footage all day. Everyone had. You imagine watching that all day, and then, like he said, he took his hat off, and he goes,
There he is.
You recognize me? And she goes, and he takes the hat off, and she goes, yeah.
It ain't Flip Wilson.
Yeah. Geraldine. That's got to be very frightening. Oh, look at the glares on these deputies.
Yep.
Oh,
Look
they
at
are
this
not
animal.
happy individuals.
This animal. And then
He's a handsome guy, actually.
He was very nice to her in the house after he jabbed the gun in her side and got her inside. She started talking to him about her family. She pretty much did exactly what you're supposed to do as some type of hostage. Humanize yourself, talk about your family, friends, make them know you as a person so it's harder for them to kill you. And then,
Where'd you learn that?
Hostage negotiation.
Law and Order.
Knows
right. Law and Order.
I just got to say, Anthony knows a little bit about everything.
What the fuck? I think I learned that one from
From being married. You were held hostage.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you Stockholm syndrome?
Right.
Will you empathize with your people who are taking hostage?
No.
NYPD Blue.
I think that was
CSI,
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence
Actually,
of the Lambs.
I think
Jesus.
Silence of the Lambs.
So you don't really know that much about everything. You just kind of watch
actually
movies and
something
assume what they're telling you is the real thing.
There you go. Yeah, sure, why not? You watch enough movies, you
I'm
sound
listening
like...
to you like, what?
No, that's actually a true thing, though.
Have you been one of those? Were you one of those guys with the bullhorn outside of hostage negotiation?
Yeah, come on down.
Jesus.
Oh. We got your ma here. Your mom is out here, and she loves you very much.
And
I don't know.
she actually followed him to drop the truck off somewhere.
Yeah.
I think she knew he wasn't going to kill her by that point.
Got
though.
in the house. He tied her up for a little while because he said he just didn't feel comfortable, so he was going to tie her up. He tied her up, said he was going to take a shower, brought her into the bathroom, sat her down, and then put a towel over her head and say, here, if it's uncomfortable, you don't have to watch me take a shower. Put the towel over her head. He showered, came out. Imagine that. Probably the worst part is the black pubic hairs in her soap now. The worst part of the whole ordeal. Oh, those nappy hairs in my soap. And then I guess he got comfortable enough and untied her. And she made him breakfast. They talked a lot about family, religion, what he thinks her purpose was in life. Like you said, she was an angel that was supposed to tell him what to do and where to go and to turn himself in.
She gave him hope.
That's it. Hope for his
what?
life. Well, she said that what God had brought him to her, and she explained to him that his purpose now is going to be to go to prison and spread the word of God to the prisoners and people in prison. And he apparently thought she was going to leave him alone in there for a couple of days.
I'm so glad God was looking out for all those innocent victims that day.
Yeah. How about that? How about the poor deputies and immigration officer, federal officer? He gets shot because he didn't play along, I guess.
This guy will be a hero in jail,
but
too.
Originally, he was supposed to go to prison for rape.
And sodomy,
And he wouldn't have been a hero. They would have taken, for rape. But now...
Look at the faces of the deputies.
Oh, they just want to kill
this
guy.
They are not
They
happy.
just want to kill this guy. Well, how's security? A little more than just one chick bringing him to the courtroom?
Well, they got to figure it out now.
Yeah, they got to figure it out now. He's cuffed. He's shackled at the waist, the legs, the arms. What about the one girl taking him up to the court? Where's that? What kind of morons let one female deputy escort this boxer to court, not being handcuffed or shackled either? Because that would prejudice the jury. The jury would look at him and say, well, if he's in cuffs, he's got to be guilty. So some liberal-ass lawyer decided that all these prisoners should just be let in street clothes with no handcuffs. There you go. So when they do escape, he could blend right into the crowd also instead of wearing a jumpsuit. Unbelievable.
And what a dummy this guy is. I mean, rape is a very serious charge, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to do a lot of jail time, but, I mean, he wasn't going to go away for life for
now?
That. Oh, he's never getting out, of course.
And with the situation of the rape, I mean, look, the guy, obviously, he's a nasty-ass son of a bitch and probably did rape her, but it was an ex-girlfriend, and he held her for a few days, and there was some speculation as to whether it was really rape and kidnapping or if he was visiting an ex-girlfriend. Who knows? Probably could have gotten off the hook, or at least not, now, forget about it.
Done 10 years and, been out in 6 or 5.
Yeah.
Now he's going to do at least 15.
At least 15, right?
He's doing at least 15 years, man.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan will do a song and he'll get out
again. Yeah, this is how he should have been brought in the first place. We're watching on TV. He is in chain. He looks like Kunta right off the boat.
Yeah.
Just chained up. But what? No. Let him just walk in street clothes with one female deputy guarding him. Nothing against you gals. Believe me.
But he's a big guy.
I had 2 female officers take me down like I was nothing in the studio at NEW. We had 2 female cops come up, and we wanted to see how long it would take to get us cuffed. And believe me, they beat the shit out of all of us. But, you get a guy like this, that ain't me, A guy like this, you send him with one female? You need 2 bruises with this guy.
Is it true she was a grandma, too?
Yeah, 51 years old.
Are you kidding me?
51, I believe.
She was a 51-year-old woman.
Yep.
Leading this, Mike Tyson.
He's a big dude, man.
Of course he is.
He was caught with a shank the day before.
Yes,
court.
absolutely.
Yeah,
and the judge had said he wanted extra security with this guy because he was caught with the shank. Unbelievable.
But that's the deputies. They blundered horribly. Things
what
become
a
routine, I guess.
Yep, too routine.
It's very rare that a prisoner tries to take your gun, I guess, on the way into court.
Well, that's what Joanne Chesmart did. She's still loose. The one that killed the state troopers in Jersey.
How long has she been loose?
God, since the early 70s. I think she's in Cuba. She took out 2 Jersey state troopers, and she escaped from Clinton prison.
Oh, that I didn't know. Okay.
Nice.
When did she escape?
She escaped. What, did I say something wrong again?
No, I'm asking you when she escaped.
I think it was the 70s, early 70s or late 70s.
Yeah, gotta watch them escapees.
Yeah.
Why? What did I say wrong?
Nothing. Say anything wrong. Jesus.
We're trying to get to the story, you idiot.
It's a good story.
What happened? I know her name. She shot troopers. I know that.
Joanne Chesmart.
And went to jail for how long?
I don't know. She was going to go to trial or whatever, and then she escaped from the security or whatever that took her.
No, why are you laughing at us?
Why are you laughing? Well, you know the story, right, Keith?
No.
Oh.
No.
She's in Cuba,
Some people escape.
Yeah,
others stay in custody.
Absolutely.
She escaped.
All right, with that, we're going to escape to a commercial.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it.
Guess who's back?
I'm over here now.
Back again.
Nice head, Dick.
Bag it. Guess who's back?
Oh, man.
Back again.
I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell her friend.
Turn it off.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Turn it off.
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking up right now. Oh, what's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here.
right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony, XM202.
What else we doing today? Another reminder, don't forget broadcasting live Thursday, 7 to 11 a.m. at the Hard Rock Cafe here in New York City. That's on 57th Street between 7th and Broadway. Should be a good time. Got a couple MiFis to give away. We don't know what we're doing with that yet.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to concoct some kind of a contest. I like the egg thing. That's pretty cool. We need a lot of eggs. But I like the egg-eating thing. You could boil it in some green water. Make them green eggs.
Cool Hand Luke? The Cool Hand Luke Challenge? Mm-hmm. Did we get with Lawyer Lady down in Washington to see if we could do this?
Stop it.
Huh?
Stop. Let's just do it. Do it. Come on.
You idiot.
What are you waiting for?
Well, we got another great divorce story in the paper today.
Oh, yeah, I was reading a little of this.
We had the one yesterday that was amazing. It's a divorce that's been going on for 21 years, pretty much.
21 years.
You thought that one was bad. Well, good old Giants defensive end Michael Strahan filed for divorce from his wife of almost 6 years, the spokesman for the Pro Bowl player said. Also, Superior Court Judge Thomas P. Zambino ordered Jean Strahan to deposit into escrow more than $3 million she had removed from the couple's joint bank account and deposit into her own account.
$3 million.
Mrs. Strahan transferred assets to an account in the same bank in order to keep those assets safe when she discovered that Mr. Strahan was moving and hiding the party's money while dating other women.
The party's money. How about the money he earned as a football player? How about that's the money? Not the party's money. How about it's the money he earned out there on the field? Not her.
Neglecting the family and asking Mrs. Strahan for a divorce. On Thursday, Strahan was served with a temporary restraining order telling him to keep away from his wife.
His own house.
So now, she's in the house. He can't go there. $3 million is now in an escrow account sitting there. Can't be used until this is all settled, which will take quite a while. She was taking money out of the account. She takes $3 million out.
This story, I don't know if you want to go down that road again, Anthony, but this story sounds very, very familiar.
Really? Does it ring a bell somehow?
It didn't involve $3 million, but I believe it involved about 40?
Relatively speaking, it was $3 million to me. Believe me. It was 40 large, my friend. 40 G's.
I had no idea.
$40,000.
I had no idea you could do this in a divorce case when you're first getting separated and stuff. But
this was every penny I had earned in my life.
And had
40 large.
And had 40 large in a joint account with his ex, okay? Yeah. And the shit was hitting the fan.
And
And we're trying to do a radio show. And it was just getting ugly. We both. I was way in this in the beginning with Anthony, and it was just getting awfully hot.
Oh, yeah. And I found out she had hired Dominic Barbara as her lawyer. And I'm like, oh, this means trouble. This means trouble. So I tell Ope, I go, what I'm going to do?
Well, I suggested it to you.
Oh, what? Going down to the bank?
Yeah, because I go casually. I go, Aunt, maybe you should, take some of that money out. Because that was it. That's all Anthony had. If he didn't get his mitts on some of that money, he was fucked. And it turned out he was fucked for a while.
Yeah, broke.
So I go, Aunt.
Aunt,
why don't we go down to the bank and, you take some of that money out?
Hey, that's a good idea, Ope.
And I swear to you, Aunt goes, because he's a good guy. Aunt is truly a good guy.
Yeah.
He won't say it himself, but I'll say it for him.
Oh, thank you.
I'll agree.
So
I'll say it myself. I'm a good guy.
And he's a fair guy, too. So he was thinking in his head, all right, I got 40 G in this joint account. It's going to get ugly. We're probably going to end up getting divorced.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, it was pretty obvious. I'm going to take half.
I go, I'm going down to the bank and taking $20,000 out of the bank.
Even though he probably deserved all of it because the ex wasn't working.
It was my money.
It was his money that he earned to that point in our radio career.
But, you're married, so whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'll take half.
We go down there. It's one of the funniest and saddest moments I've ever experienced in my life, all at the same time.
I go down to the bank. We both walk down to the bank. I get my withdrawal slip. And I fill it out, $25,000. $20,000. I'm looking like, hey, where am I going to put all this cash? You know, looking, making sure.
We're talking. You're going to get it in large bills.
Yeah,
you know?
well, like I'll get it in hundreds and be big.
This isn't even that long ago. Ant and I didn't really have any money yet.
No.
And we were thinking it would be kind of cool to walk around.
It was 1999.
Huh?
1999.
That's it. It's only 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Not even, because it was whatever. So we're thinking, wow, it'd be kind of fun to walk around with 20,000 back to the station.
20 G's, better look out.
We're all nervous and stuff. How are you going to carry it, you know?
20,000. I walk up. I got my withdrawal slip. Hello, good morning. I slip her the slip and say, hundreds, please. Okay. She starts doing something, and then she gets a puzzled look on her face as she looks into the computer monitor.
She typed forever. I don't know what the hell they do.
Typed. And then she did the squint, crinkle the nose, put the face right near the monitor kind of look. And I'm looking like, I wonder what the problem. Maybe the computers are down here at the bank. I hate when the computers go down at the bank.
Maybe they're using new software and she's just not used to it yet.
I'd hate to try to take the 20 G's out at the ATM, for 500 at a time.
Yeah, you were making kind of like silly little jokes.
Why not?
He was acting like he was Howard Hughes. And
why not?
It's just cute.
20 G's. Well, then I hear, Mr. Cumia, there's...
Didn't you have to go talk to the other guy or no?
Yeah. There's a problem
with your account or
with
something.
your account. Our manager over here, or some assistant manager or something. I went and spoke to him. He went over and looked at the monitor and everything. He said, "You have a withdrawal here for $20,000. There's, I believe it was $250 left in the account." Because there's $250 in this account.
This twat.
I'm like, wait.
Emptied out the account.
It didn't even hit me at first. I'm just like, wait, 250. But where's the $40,000? Where? Oh, that movie. That money was withdrawn. I believe yesterday. He said. It's like she took $40,000. Removed it from the account. Everything. Left $250 in the account for me.
You never saw any of that money either,
Oh,
right?
hell no. That
was just gone from
right there
day
from
one.
Day one. I started with a 40 grand deficit.
Not only was that gone, then
I had to keep paying her.
Then the charges started after that.
So she takes 40 grand, and then on top of the 40 grand, I'm in court. And the judge then tells me I got to pay her X amount, with whatever money I can now scrape up.
Well, why wouldn't that money just go towards paying for her lawyer? Why did you have to pay for her
because that's
lawyer?
the law.
Because
that's the way it works.
Because women are very weak in our society.
Right. Because that's the law, and that's the way it works, and
Ladies,
guys get screwed, and that's just the way it is.
Ladies,
blah, blah,
they
blah.
have decided that you are very weak.
If I had taken the money and went to court, it would have had to have, just like this, been put in an escrow account. Would have taken it right back from me, put it in an escrow account, and divvied it up somehow that way. But since she took it, the lawyers argue she needs it. He's working, so he has a means of support. She doesn't, so she needs the money.
But when you have a joint account, don't you both have to sign?
No. It was one of those joint accounts where, one person.
Wow.
Yeah. Did
you ever say anything to her on a like, what did you take that for? Like, or was you beyond talking at that point?
At that point, it was beyond talking. It was, if I even saw her after that, it would have been head in a bowling bag.
I'm getting annoyed just hearing this.
Let's just look at yesterday's story. Oh, and this wasn't, a week's pay that I had dropped in the bank. This was every dime I had accumulated from working in radio.
You're dropping $40,000 in the bank every week?
Please.
It's nothing.
Please. That's nothing.
Who's your agent?
40 grand a week?
Wait, who's your agent?
Maybe a few years back, not now. Now it's
way more. I know.
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how much money it is.
Did you guys plan on how to walk back to NEW with the $250?
No, because Ann was the good guy. He only took out $125.
Yeah, I took out $125. She might have needed half of that. It's very funny. What a sap. I just walked out with sap written across my face.
I'll have it in 5.
Yeah, I'll take that in 5s.
You know how sick and twisted I am, and Ann and I are really close. I laughed so hard. You have to. And then I was then I was the consoling friend, because it was just...
I hope he was a consoling friend, and then asked me if he could borrow $10 for lunch.
Yeah. Hey, look, I just... I don't want to go to an ATM. I just want to. I have to take
Since
a cab.
we're here at your bank.
Yeah. I'm going to grab some lunch, but I just want to get a cab, but I don't want to go to the ATM.
Oh, my God. I was like...
So the same thing is happening to Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
She went and emptied out a $3 million bank account.
That's all his money that he earned on the field.
Yep.
And she was there, accepting his sperm at night. That was her job. So, you got to throw her something, but that's not $3 million. What hooker is worth $3 million? What hooker is worth $3 million?
You always hide money. Always hide cash.
Is that what you do?
Oh, yeah.
Rich?
You keep it in the safe.
Yeah?
Yeah, you keep your cash.
Keep your cash in a safe?
Yeah, but it's hard, though. He's under contract. He's not doing gigs where he can hide it. I mean, the Giants aren't going to go, all right, just keep this under your hat.
Dude,
they know what he's making.
Find it, and if you don't come up with documentation of where it went, you will go to jail for contempt. You have to show up with your bank statements, any kind of brokerage statements, where your money went, where you spending it on, your checking account, your canceled checks. Why did you write this check? Who is this to? How much money? If you could afford this, you could afford this. This is the bullshit you go through in court with a divorce. It's a living hell.
I remember when my ex-wife took the hammock.
Oh, really? Well, you got divorced and you were destitute anyway, right?
See, you get lawyer. We did our own thing with paper. We didn't have anything.
Well, that must be nice when you have nothing, because that's how I got married, and that's how I should have left my marriage.
And the only reason you did yourselves, no lawyer's going to take that case. There's nothing in it for them.
Right.
Yeah, lawyers make money by making you guys fight, and they're going to...
Dominic Barber's fat face, he had those money signs in his eyeballs like a cartoon. Cha-ching!
Yeah, fat fuck.
You saw that one.
Then he called our show to try to be nice. What a fucking loser.
About what? Why would he call the show? For what?
To say how Anthony was such a nice guy.
Yeah, gentleman.
A gentleman. He was a true gentleman through this whole thing.
Good.
Ugh.
Thanks.
Scumbag.
What choice did I have?
I can't wait to read this.
Jousting.
I can't wait to read the story that he dropped dead of a heart attack, a massive heart attack. I cannot wait, and I know it will happen.
I just wanted it done and over with, and it went on and on and on because this son of a bitch just kept postponing and postponing because he knew that in 2 years my contract was up. And he waited and waited and postponed until I renegotiated my contract so he could go, wow, look how much he's making. Instead of, they've been divorced, here's what he was making when they split up,
Oh, wait a
deal
minute.
with it that way.
So, like, in that 2 years, right, like, in order to keep paying, you must be able to get the chick to come over and blow you whenever you say, right?
No. No, absolutely not. There's nothing like that. You would think you'd get something in return for your money just being pumped out and, going toward rent and food and everything else, but no.
Well, you learned. Let's do it again.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus, have I learned. Never again.
Let's go to Seth. Seth?
Never again.
Hey, guys, how you doing? Hi, Sweet Tits. Hi, Oz.
Hi, Seth.
Oz.
Actually, I'm going to see Jimmy in April, but I'm not going to plug it. I work at a bank downtown, and I can hardly hear you, so I'm gonna plug through a little bit. I see this shit all the time. Joint accounts with wives and husbands that have accounts that have only their name on it. I mean, their money's plugging everywhere because you see people coming in like Anthony going to get money out of their account, and there's nothing left.
Oh, they must have just been like, oh, jeez. Oh, when they looked at me, it must have just been like, oh, this guy, this poor sap. Here he is.
The last guy I did it to, he went to cash a check that was not from our bank, so we have to hold funds on the account. And it was a $25 check, and I had to inform him that he had no money, and his accounts were closed, and he looked at me like I was insane. And he said, well, the account can't be closed because I didn't close it. And I said, is it a joint account? He's like, yeah. I said, your wife can come in and close it, and you don't even have to know about it.
Oh. Isn't there a way you can have, like, say you have $50,000 in the bank with a joint account with your wife. Is there a way you can have something where you both have to sign X amount or more is taken out?
There is absolutely a way to do that. But if you suggest that,
if you open a general joint account, you have legal access to the money, both of you, anytime.
Mm-hmm. Do you still pay alimony now? What?
Hey, thanks, Seth.
No problem, guys. Love you. Thanks for
believe me. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I pay. And I'm paying for another, how many years? 7 years?
Why should you have to pay?
7 more
God,
years.
I hate that.
I got 7 more years of paying.
Well, how long were you married for?
9 years.
So he's gonna pay more years than he was married.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Because the women are weak
Certainly
out there.
Women are weak. They need men because they cannot survive on their own, and they need men.
Do I agree with that? No, but that seems to be what the women think because they're the ones that are going ahead with these lawyers and these laws to just castrate the men in court.
Oh, they steal the kids. Everything is to their favor.
So what guys should stop doing is just do what I do. You know what? Everybody calls me a pig and a pervert, but I hand them
You're
cash.
a hero.
And they amscray.
That's it. They know what they're getting right up front.
Yep.
Here's your money. You get no more.
Yep. You can't sue me if you take it on the face. Here you go. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Let's say hi to Jim in Illinois.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Jim?
Well, I'm proof that men are naive and stupid when it comes to trying to be a nice guy through a divorce. I ended up taking just under $40,000 out of my 401k, so we could pay off everything, and I even paid a year on the house for her in the house that I don't live in anymore. And to this day, she still bitches about having me help with everything for, ask me for more money for, this and that and the other. And it's like, I feel very stupid about what I do.
Look at this guy. Just sounds beaten, doesn't he? Yeah. Anytime I bring it up, I still feel like shit.
They have this sense of entitlement.
Yep.
Like, once they're married to you, they have this sense of entitlement. It's sickening.
It really is.
Create something yourself. Don't be a stay-at-home mom if that's not what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Go out and work.
And I'm not even talking about marriages with kids.
Right.
I don't know anything about that situation. If the mother all of a sudden says the kids need this and there's money involved, I don't know. Figure that shit out yourself. That wasn't my situation. This was two people that got married years ago. I didn't have a pot to piss in or the window to throw it out of, as they say. And, was able to build something through whatever I do on the radio. And that's it. She might as well have just won a scratch-off ticket. That's pretty much what it is. Woo! I hit the numbers.
7 more years. God, that annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it annoys you more.
You probably had to pay taxes on that 40 grand.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for rubbing that in. Yeah, 20,000 paying taxes. Oh, isn't that horrible?
You know what, though? The
I don't
courts
even have it anymore.
The courts are disgusting, too. Can the court ever not side that way? Can
No.
they ever not do it?
You know what it is? They don't want to go and break off of the norm.
Right.
Courts are all people that haven't been to court for anything have no clue. They think it's like TV, where the judge and the attorneys are in there, and it's very fluid, and there are ideas being tossed back and forth, and there's revelations and minds being changed. That ain't it. You walk in, you're John Doe, she's Jane Doe. It's cookie cutter. It's here's how we've done it for years. Here's how we're going to continue doing it. There's nothing new happening. There's no revelation. No one bursts through the door with evidence shaking in their hand going, and here's why this is changed. The judge goes, oh, well, let me look at that. No. You're cookie cutter. You're in the front door, you're out the back door with the same result as the person that did it before you. And that's just the way they've been doing it.
Nobody wants to set precedent.
Right. Exactly. No one wants to set precedent.
Again, more mindless nonsense. Forget what's right and wrong. I don't want to be the first to take the risk.
Fuck that. This is the way it's done. This is the way it's always going to be done. Thank you. Next.
Let's see what Mike has to say. Mike?
Yeah. I'm going to get through this here. I have a deal where wife decided to take money out of her checking account and freeze it up so I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
She went and fucked an illegal Mexican and had his baby, but she in turn forgot about me being in the Army at the time and the savings account. So I ended up cleaning out the savings account of $23,000. And after I had the Army Judge Advocate General after her and my civil attorney,
he lost me at the
it
Mexican.
ended up costing me $45.
I don't know if it was his phone or his accent.
I don't know. He lost me at the Mexican guy.
His wife, he was in the Army. His wife apparently banged some illegal Mexican. I think got knocked up. This guy, he cleaned out the account. The whole thing cost him like $45. So basically, she was a little whore, and he got the better of her financially.
Nice.
Good for you, sir.
John says he has the perfect ex-wife. John, go ahead.
What,
hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
Listen, I got divorced. I got 2 kids. We split everything down the middle. She didn't touch my annuity. She didn't touch my So none of my retirement, my pension, and I got joint custody of kids. I see them whenever I want, whatever. We sold the house, split it down the middle, everything. Is that weird?
Congratulations.
I'll tell you what's going on here. She found someone else.
You guys are way low.
Well, of course we are, but they're pissed off in Washington because we bitched again today. Well, listen.
She was banging somebody else.
That's obvious, because, I mean, she wasn't scorned. If, a woman's scorned, it's a whole different situation.
But you got to remember something, guys. This is today's society. Even then, I got friends of mine that caught their old lady screwing around. And let me tell you something. Took them for a ride.
Well, I just got engaged.
Yeah, Rich.
Good move, boss.
And you were married before, right?
Yeah.
Rich, are you going to have
listen,
a
guys,
prenup?
check it out. I can't
Honestly,
use it all.
will there be a prenuptial agreement in your marriage?
Well, she's kind
Yeah,
of
is
cool.
Bonnie going to make you sign one?
She's kind of cool.
Well, I'll tell you what she did.
Here's the dangerous word. She's kind of cool.
Well, she said we'll have a small wedding, and then we're gonna have two parties, one in L.A. and one in New York. She goes, I'll pay for the L.A. one, you pay for the New York one. How many? So right from the beginning, I don't think.
Dude, you better go to a lawyer and have him draw something up that says if God forbid the marriage ever ends, you leave with what you have.
What about my house that I already had before the marriage? No one could take your house that you had before.
Bye-bye, marital assets.
Before that?
Before you're married? There is no before you're married.
A dummy.
No, a house before you're married.
After you're married, there is no before you're married.
That's why.
There is none.
That's why you got to keep
that.
That's
what a prenup is, dude.
Is her house once you get married. That's what a prenup's for. You have a lawyer draw up that says the house that Rich had before you were married is Rich's house. It is not a marital asset. Just have that.
But you know the deal. You can't hand somebody one of that and then have it. But you know it because you were ready to say it before.
There's no BM.
You can't.
There's no
something?
Before married.
Yeah, but you can't have a contract with
yes, you can.
Then you turn around and say, oh, yeah, I don't love you or have faith in the marriage because of this. Well, you don't because you're assuming it's going to have to be used at some point. I'm assuming it's never going to have to be used because we are so in love that I'm going to sign this, you're going to sign it, and we're never going to see it again because we're going to live our lives in love and blah, blah. But you, because you don't have confidence in the relationship, don't want to sign it because you assume it's going to be used at some point. So you're the one that does. Yeah, well, that's more bullshit out of my mouth.
How can anyone...
Yes, dear. Of course I'll tear that up. It's a nasty document.
Fast forward, Your Honor. I swear, Christ. More money. Yeah, Rich, that house.
How could you not get a prenup with anybody?
Not
Bonnie, but anybody. Any person.
A guy with a career that could just take off at any time. You just don't know.
Right, or Voss. I mean, there's no reason for you not to.
Or Voss. You scumbag.
We closed our deal yesterday.
Freed the Cricket from
nice.
from whackbag.com. This is why men fucking hate the women's lib movement. They scream and yell that they are equal and that men are not any better and that they should be firefighters, cops, soldiers. But when they get divorced, they act all weak and hopeless.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Such a mess now.
No, just get the prenup. Not a big deal. We'll break it to her. On the air, we'll tell her. She'll understand. Bonnie knows. She might want one with you. She doesn't want to give you half of what she's worked for.
I'm sure the sex will be just as good 3 years from now, too.
Look how evil. He's just got an evil.
I'm sure it'll be just as good as today.
Rich,
it always is.
If you're getting married, man, you have to sign a prenup, have one drawn up.
You betcha.
You have to. It isn't even a choice. You know something? I just have a lawyer call her and say, I'm Rich's lawyer. I'm not going to allow him to get married without one of these. That house, everything, you just never know. You never know.
Even your little bookcase wallpaper, you imagine having to peel that off and cut it in half?
I have nice artwork and antiques.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you really don't.
I really do. You know my house.
Dogs
is good.
playing cards.
I got nice furniture in there.
You have
fairies.
antique furniture.
Yeah, that's expensive.
I feel like I'm walking around my grandma's old house.
That's what I went for. A gay grandmother look.
Jesus.
Fucking doilies.
Doilies.
Antique equals old.
Awful.
Antique
I have nice stuff.
Equals, awful.
I'm not
Rich.
Get
the prenup. What's the problem? Get it signed. Stop being a worm. Be a man.
You have to.
right.
It's a no-win scenario for you if something bad happens in the marriage. You just never know.
Anthony, let's move on because we have a couple more things and only a few minutes left.
God.
The FCC, bravo to the FCC today.
What did they do?
There was no. They decided there was no problem between the NFL and that Desperate Housewife spoof ad they did.
There wasn't anyway, though. I mean, the FCC is just doing their jobs. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And the FCC, in most cases, do their jobs.
Yeah,
they really do.
That's pretty much them doing their job they're supposed to do. Some idiot sends in a complaint because they're from the Parents Television Council or one of those stupid groups.
It was Nicolette Sheridan. You know, she was topless, but you could only see her back.
Yeah.
She was showing her boobs to one of the players.
And the FCC said, no, this wasn't anything that they could fine. It's no worse than anything you see on a soap opera or anything else. The back of a woman.
I'm rooting for a Democrat next presidential election. The conservative.
Good luck.
Oh, it's worse. The political correctness.
No, it's not worse.
Yeah, this is bad.
You'll never win this one. It's not worse. It's not worse. 99% of all complaints came from the Parents Television Council. It's a conservative group. Liberals are awful, but when it comes to this type of stuff like federal regulation and stuff like that, that's the conservatives. It's their gig. It's what they do. They killed Lenny Bruce. It's what they do.
We'll talk about it later.
Why? We're here for to talk.
I know. Talk.
We're going to talk to you later about anything, Rich?
We're going to talk to you later.
I'm out this door at 11:01.
Yeah, you watch where we are at 11:01.
Oh, I have a great story. I'll tell it off air.
Yeah, might as well tell it off air.
Now let's have a discussion. People are just flying. You see that cartoon smoke coming off of us.
You don't honestly think this continues when the mics go off, do you?
Yeah.
We all go our own ways as fast as possible.
No.
I know.
Opie goes off on his skateboard and bundles up, and I think I know which one he is in the street.
I got to go get a prenup.
We're going to talk about it later. Jesus.
Discuss this later. This isn't for the air. It's political talk, liberal, conservative. We'll do that later. What? What show are you on later?
Yeah.
I won't even take your phone call after the show. Are you insane?
As soon as these mics are off, I completely lose interest in that conversation.
Right.
Because he'll start up and go, whatever, you're right. I'm done with it.
We'll talk about it later.
What are we, a couple fighting in a party?
You know we're in the genre of talk show.
Yeah, but it's a few minutes left. I remember in the old days, at the end of the show, everybody do their plugs and you just get out. You don't end up with little dumb stories. Who cares about the FCC at 5? Where are you working this weekend, Jim?
Well, everybody knows I'm doing the West Palm Beach Improv in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Don't try to take over this show.
I'm not.
I like that. Right into the plugs. I like that.
The take control kind of guy.
We can talk about that later, too.
Yeah. And you can do this when you march into that lawyer's office later.
I found a subject that'll only take a minute to discuss, so let's do it real fast.
Ben's hair care?
The American Idol dude that quit.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Mario Vasquez?
No.
Wasn't he the guy that was like pretty much the favorite?
Mario was one of the favorites. He's a New York guy.
He was the one that was wearing that kind of derby-ish looking hat all the time.
Jack Klugman hat, that awful
Jack
hat.
Klugman hat, yeah.
Tilted just right.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he quit the show.
He withdrew from the competition.
And everyone
he was
is
one of the favorites.
Everyone is now trying to figure out why he quit the show.
A lot of speculation. Drudge yesterday was saying that they think it was because he didn't want to be tied down to an American Idol exclusivity contract. All the people that are on there, but not. You got to be somebody before you're worried about being tied down.
Yeah. Maybe some of these guys got to him through the back door there, saying, "Hey, dude."
Well, now that's the point I wanted to bring up. I think you're right. I think some guys did get to his back door. And he's afraid that skeleton's going to come chattering out of a closet.
It's going to sashay out of a closet with a scarf.
But something like that would come out no matter what.
Old bag of bones with a dildo up his ass.
That would come
still
out.
Living.
That would come out no matter what. And now everyone is going to search for the answer. We need answers in this country when it comes to this crap. So they're going to search until they find something out. What if one of these big record companies, just know this guy? Oh my God, this guy is. He has something. We know we can market him.
Millions of people have something. It's not about having something. It's about having something and being on American Idol.
But all these record companies are out there on a daily basis trying to find the next star. So maybe they want to jump ahead and go, this kid has something. Let's get to him now. We'll sign him to something.
You're not somebody until if believe me, if you could do this without American Idol, the record companies would just have to hold an open audition like American Idol does, look at people and go, here's a talented guy, let me sign you to a deal. You need the TV exposure.
I don't disagree with you, but he already has a lot of that TV exposure. Right?
He's won
a lot.
And now he's
12. And now he's one of the things we're all talking about the last
This is actually a good move.
Look at the press he's getting right now.
Dude, he's the guy that walked. He's in the paper every day.
It's a good move. Mario was always the smarter.
He was always smarter.
Oh, but you know what?
I'm going to go with record company got to him.
You think?
Right.
Record company got to him, and they just know this kid has something. He already has the exposure.
Yep.
They know they're going to get the headlines. Then it's going to come out, hey, he signed with blah, blah record label.
I'm a little more with the conspiracy here. I think somebody has something on him.
Then it's a dopey move by him, because now we're really going to, push to see what it was that made him quit.
But some people are like that.
How can you quit? You have a contract. You can't just
I don't think he has a contract yet. I think the contract comes down to when you're down to this final 12. Before that, you're just whatever release you sign. Now, because they send these 12 out on the road even after they get kicked off and stuff, they put together like these American Idol shows, then you're under their deal.
It has something to do with money.
You think it has to
he
do
can
with...
make more money if he leaves now. Simple as that.
Mario, you don't go to Vegas and talk to a man like Simon Cowell like that.
What do you think, Ant? You think some sex tape?
I think there's some skeleton that he's trying to keep in his closet that somehow is going to be popped out if he continues.
It's a smart move, though. I can't name you one other person on the show, but I mean, I know who this guy is now because of this.
Yeah. Well,
Voss, we'll get your
on
opinion.
the short term, I think so. In long term, who knows?
We'll get Voss's opinion in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Voss, when the show's over, I want to spend about 15, 20 minutes just discussing this before we even get to the thing you want to talk about.
I want to ask where Rich is going to be, but tell me off air. Don't tell me now.
You just sit there when the show ends, because I'm going to go to the bathroom first, get a cup of coffee, get all situated, and then we're going to sit back down and hear all your opinions.
Two men doing a little talking.
Hey, Dan from Hoboken. Dan from Hoboken?
Dan from Hoboken.
Dan from Hoboken?
Dan from Hoboken.
Is it the Dan from Hoboken?
Where's he from? Is? Who is it? Where's he from?
Dan C. from Hoboken. Is that different?
I don't know.
Dan from Hoboken used to really, really help out the show through the instant feedback. He wrote today, I learned Voss gives hand jobs, so. Comment?
No.
Oh.
Where are you going to be? Oh, Rich.
The Opie and Anthony Show.